fa the stories aka ne nyina no eba beto so enso adiamaye oni entina oba join ye ewo aye Lawson TV on Facebook on Sabekaye Lawson TV our YouTube no so on Sabekaye ayade ne yedin samina enso ebremo enti oni entina na ba join ye enso social media platforms no nyina na bia so timi aye kama na ye be a question of the day no na ya to so dey for kwame na I want to say bia boko dey okay and no kwa yi ana
me patcho
okay ntu ba ye no answer na woko
me patcho
okay bigi unu ano no say bia kama what in your drink come on
ebi ofriana ontimi ntan kofi nkobobo
no okay
ofriana is what
to amfata de bi anto na ngune kanu ba also touch yana okay Edison say bia boko dey
I'm a
question of the day na you nkomo kakra
okay Enti ebusa for a question of the day na watch our drink and so the afar in that question na ho question of the day na say make your 5-a-side team with these selected players from Manchester City and Arsenal. Enti ene ye bi say Arsenal and Manchester City game e be so tough game. And question ene ye bisa Alaska Star Enterprise na Daroma. Na osese wo ye coach na ye de sa place yi e de egu table so e de amawa choose wo bi na enye 5-a-side team Gigi Donnarumma, David Raya, Mark Gay, William Saliba, Rodrigo Cascante, Declan Rice, Ryan Sheki, Ebereche Eze, Ellen Holland, Victor Gyökeres. Oh, players maku edu 10. Select your 5-a-side. And the question of the day and so and no.
Okay, any Alaska Star question of the day. Meba so sisia. Nemo mame fonto ya se we nyina echi no. Hisense Father Roma. Ye be do mase omukure mu Genjamin aye dental clinic campaign for enso eta yidwumadi na echi. Mame fonto ya se KFC aye Monday aye Madness. Emori se KFC for eta echi. He pasco ya ba capsules campaign for be do mase. Baby omo obia omo ta echi. Bafo aye Polo aye Classics. Meba be jun komo edi achro. Omo so eta echi. Mame fa we ento anim Sunday omo tire chino ebi aye Vim energy aye drink Vim energy drink campaign for enso etire chi mame fanto ni Lawson Enterprise adia drinks in afie omo so etire dwumadi na chi ayadia ne odwani enso etre livestock mining and engineering aye training school omo so etire chi me pato ayadia green life heba omo na di bibini aye Toma Plus omo diaba omo ta dwumadi na chi the love fashion campaign for baby omo obi beto match ye beto omo se and the love fashion tabia aye takum Tabia for Etayechi, Makion Restaurant and Catering Services, Makion paying for Eta Jumadinechi, Niwal Scientific, Herbal Seto Dr. Nimo, and also Eta Jumadinechi, Electroland, Ghana Limited, Electroland, Ghana Limited, Achadia Cassiano, Aye Promo Nuguso Koso, Omotayechi, Vema Plus, Aye Limited and paying for Baby Mobiano, Yebedo Mose, Easy Rise, Emo Papa, almost Edaye, Omotayechi, Nana P, Aye Phones and Accessories, Ope Phona, Aye Nana P, Nana P. Jumadi nechi Mijima for about settle Dr. Time that saw Etayechi Jen Kafam Ghana Limited Amu say Kafam Aya price Aya Martinez promo no Iguso El Coso Aya Kafam Semen Vital Mesha and in the capsules no Omo Enso Ekrayimo Amu say Donek Heba Mesha Me Pato Donek Heba Mesha Donek campaign for Ebedo Monse Omu Krayimo Opi wallpapers Opi Krayimo Ache Yebedana si blueprint Aya DNA and the DNA no Mr. Obianye bi ayaje me patoko blueprint almost say ho na oye pato DNA na ayaje jojo energy drink no almost so etaye open energy drink aye jojo aye energy aye drink no aye chere no eni omama kanyina beba bi jomo nkomo ni nyina ensum eni se eni shop JD omaja Roma aje sisi no bibia enso aye kama ye ba bi jomo nkomo aye pi kwame question of the day no Alaska Star enterprise question of the day City and Arsenal game Alaska Adaroma question of the day ni oba join here our Facebook and so our Lawson TV our Facebook Lawson TV our YouTube and Lawson television jama platforms nyina and Lawson radio 96 Kwame.
Yeah, Ken, me too. A question of the day now, a very interesting question by the kind of question and to me and Chim say yen 5-a-side in the basin will be a form a Premier League in more and I say a quack open question. So a bay do be a penna will be a whole better form will be over your maybe brave. So me share will be a performance throughout the season or Premier League in him. So me limit me home to Premier League, you know, and will be a performance so far. Goalkeepers ni me David Raya between Onona Donnarumma. Donnarumma a top goalkeeper. When huni nyina untimi nka goalkeepers akese o mo wiasa be in the film by Premier League this season they me David Raya. Then ohe Maguire ne William Saliba. Saliba a top centre backs were proven in whole Premier League. By this season say me share Maguire performance from Crystal Palace. Edeba Manchester City in the Premier League. Now we share the Obia ye o share statistics bibiana. Meko the Maguire based on the performance so far in the Premier League from Crystal Palace to Manchester City. Then Rodrigo Cascante then Declan Rice. I think say Meko the Declan Rice because what Rodrigo Cascante injuries are affecting him. So Declan Rice. Ryan Cherky Eberechi Eze. Meko the Ryan Cherky 13 goals involvement as compared to Eberechi Eze 8 goals involvement. So Ryan Cherky then Haaland Victor Eucharist hear any explanation straight away meko the Haaland. So kin me 5-a-side no meko David Raya, Maguire, Declan Rice, Ryan Cherky ana Abrante Prince Haaland.
No Kwame Dela ne 5-a-side Manchester City Arsenal no title deciding game eba so nyame adoma watching the video nkomo bebre biggie
first of all, goalkeepers, Meko for David Raya. He's one of the reasons in Arsenal Bobo and also leading the Premier League table. He saves our Premier League.
And you former now, do you go there?
You go that year entirely. Gigi Donnarumma.
But season
yes. Raya this season Arsenal. He's one of the reasons in Arsenal Bobo that's all. Premier League in for David Raya. Now after between William Saliba and Maguire, Saliba this season has been that good centre back consistently. Wajina Chihonum the Arsenal Bobo and I believe say me pick it over a player friend say Maguire. Between Rodri and Declan Rice, Rodri hasn't been consistent this season. Injuries, how Rodri or near consistent. Even though he's a top player, this time around there, make up for Declan Rice between the two players. Ryan Shekini Berechi is again Premier League anymore. Aside Bruno Fernandes, who any other creative midfielder, Premier League anymore about close to Ryan Shekini this season. Seriously, in the first season with Premier League, the money ball are about this season. No, on any day between only Eberechi Eze, I'm going to go for Ryan Cherky. Eze has really disappointed me. The hopes are not when Muso joining Arsenal. A ball between me and Bono, or more Sabonum from Mame. Timeko for Cherky. Now, between Eucharist and Haaland, there, a street fight. Meko for Ellen But Haaland. And to be 5-a-side, no, Meko for David Raya, William Saliba. Declan Rice, Ryan Cherky, and then Ellen Botalan King.
Okay, Biggie. Alaska Star question of the day, no, Mr. Betty and some at your Facebook or no Lawson TV. Edison.
Let us see. Goalkeeper, Mefa David Raya. One of my favorites, very good goalkeeper. William Saliba, he's been solid. I'm not for underrated, but one of the best. William Saliba, Mefano. Medford, no, Mefa Rodri. Rodri by, you know. Honestly, so Manchester City in your format is because of Rodri. He's been excellent. Ryan Cherky, no doubt. Only the say makono honto kwa MD6 amanfo hu Ryan Sheki no fantastic player and Ellen Haaland inti mefa David Raya William Saliba Rodri Ryan Sheki and Ellen Haaland inti me 5 aside mafa no mafa Arsenal 2 Man City 3
so obi afa Ryan Sheki over Eberiche Eze
bibiri kwa
and obi afa Haaland over Victor Gyökeres and obi afa Declan Rice over Rodri.
Me dem fa Rodri
boy odu Declan Rice
obo pa se amanfo adwen ko me say o free injury buy no Manchester City are playing well because of him.
Samo
amanfo adwen
Rodri.
Watch him.
Rodri
Onyendru ne level ne yet. Say what the level ne toto what dia ondru ye.
Onyendru sampempen so.
Debi onyendru hokra. But I'm saying say he's doing well.
But me the Rodri and come on crowd and come men fan and
mini problem mini problem
Kwame
ka be fa wine na dia
Rodri Declan Rice.
Oh, this season
Declan but Rodri and Kasa kra no.
Na say Declan Rice last season boy on Mobi this
but
season
still I say better than Rodri Bibre and
no it's me so far the entire season it is true Declan Rice is better. Okay. You understand? But I'm saying say my conversation is recent. And then make conversation.
And too much has been out there.
And too no.
Much is Bibre.
No sense na make catch us say the entire season there. Declan has had a better season than Rodri. But I will only go for Rodri because of recent games. That's what you say. Hinting that me say me the window no dey atone so my conversation is based on recent games. Okay. Exactly.
Yeba pi anso eba na Edison dey say me timi ko bisa no say match no be say Kwame na wo yi
makuma mu die
akoma no yemfa akoma mesro we dey memfa yenya analysis bia ye bisa say o hwa hwan pa na opese onfa league no na ochina won shege
league no ana say league no dey nya ochina na be win
na me kan dey obeso ochina no obenya big advantage nti Kwame ka wan
ken say o see enya
we dey analysis personal you say
makuma mu die me hwe brass na bra this season die Arsenal ko league
Kwame me no ya adwen me no ya adwen
makuma mu die me pesa Arsenal
since 22 years Kwame Tifru age na fa age akama me bigi moncheche 22 years in film age na mama me hu na ye hu sense de commerce na enti referee nya careful so nko ye nsemuru bia nko ya ibia o make sure Arsenal bibi bia be kama na mia me dim say ye dan akona kiki baako ebetom ene tie ye dan baako betom Toma no mo defend yi na bia kama Edison say bia boko de
enkasa
say the against ni ya na serious before you serious
enkasa but Arsenal dey league de kuta omu sem inti say order sorry na Man City agia say Arsenal mum na asa because Arsenal dey honestly kuta 90% of the league 90
you better talk much
no but Arsenal what the advantage now if you cannot win the league there then Arsenal mum
na bisa tetenra so te say na all can say bisa no so nya drop no say dabi ope win also the draw there
ope draw
ope so mo say win
ope draw
we don't say any Elderson biggie and Kwame Dela meba sisia obasan ate ayo obunka mame ne nkomo kakra because no okọ Italia ade games repeat so etimi ekọ so mame fanto ja se Sassuolo etimi echi ayo Como esomo ayo 2-1 Inter Milan etimi echi Cagliari esomo ayo 3-0 emro sa Brentford for Marcos Thuram ayo Nico Barella and Brentford Zelinski wo nyina nya goals rebian so ma club for Inter Milan Udinese nyam ya to me no Parma Napoli and SS Lazio 4 p.m. Roma and Atalanta is still 4-5 5 and Numre, Yamia Tomo Sunday, Cremonense, Ebo Torino, Herald Verona, and AC Milan, Pisa and Genoa, Aya Juve, Ebo Bologna, and Yamia Tomo Monte Lecce, and Fiorentina, Oko Italia, Inter Milan was 78, Napoli Tosso 266, Milan Tosso 367, and as a 63, and a Juve Tosso 4, Aya 60. It is saying Inter Elite, Aya 12 Aya points. England, Emirates, Yamia Tomo, Aya Brentford, and Fulham, Leeds United, Ebo Aya Wolves, Newcastle United, and Bournemouth, Spurs, and Brighton, Chelsea, Manchester United, 7 p.m. na Chelsea, and Manchester United game, Pastor Michael Oliver, and the best game, na my Piasso Ayakama, on the referee for Sa game, no, Yamia Duma, Ochnam, Aston Villa, and Sunderland, Everton, and Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, and Burnley, and the big one, 3:30, p.m. Title deciding game, no, Manchester City, and Arsenal, Anthony Taylor, and the rest game, no, referee for the rest game, no, Yamia Duma Monday, Crystal Palace, and West Ham United, Arsenal, that's what they kind. Was 70 points. Manchester City touched me with 64. City Abu Gamer on mobile sign up Manchester United at also 355. Aston Villa toss 455. Liverpool toss 552. And Chelsea toss 6 48. And on edge channel. My man for win to just no to any and so Germany. At the end was St. Pauli and Con game 1-1. Leverkusen Osbeck ball TLG Orpheum and Borussia Dortmund Union Berlin. Wolfsburg, Werder Bremen, and so Hamburg, LV, and Frankfurt, and Leipzig, and so came the person Yamia to Freiburg, and the Pato Handeham, and we said Bayern Munchen, Bostuga 3:30, and a Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Menso 5, and we say came a pass with table no over Germany, Bayern Fudge League, 76, points in the Chromo, Dortmund 64, Stuttgart 56, and Leipzig, and so 56, and on edge, Dema Mujmadin so, it's an Norway games now, one Sunday pin, Mama Oko France, the patron and my Renfi, Sir Friendly Gun is a PG team no, as a friendly Grand Messiage. Now, Lens and a Toulouse game no, Lens when you came to 3 Laurent, and I must say upon there, and just nearly heard Lee Abonis, Yamia Tomochna, a Monaco, and a Oze, Mess, Ebo, a Paris FC, non press, Strasbourg and a René, and a PG, and a Lyon, and a big gamer, Ebasso France, Yamia Tomas say 45 minutes I game no, and so Ebasso, now PG. And more someone lens, no. What I saw you could be able to make once a PG. I have favorite someone about the league, no. PG 63, lens 62, 1 point, and a separate two teams, no. Or more point Yamia to my watch now. Now you read your budget a league, no. My man found to just Yamia to men there, Copa de Rey. I was Spain, Atletico Madrid, and a Real Sociedad final, and some air pass 7 p.m. and a final, so air pass I don't want some no. And so to try to make the Swintene, Opium so Copa de Reina, the Patrick said, Yabe Atletico Madrid, I was semi final, and so Champions League. So I'm betting me, will at Yakamwa, Yababa, the June Comobri, the Augustin and Samno, and some city, my new comedian fan Sanipi, and some Remo, me Pacho, Mamma Common fan Sanipi, and Emramo Boya Munchen, Mamma Panina, me Pacho, your friend on a year way at your Vincent Company, and I am paying for the Edition Comakakra. Na Vincent Company and Aja Paddle Tennis and I just open and some Ugusawa Bobby Sanyaman and Sobakoye. No opinion for the Christoph and our Shomano at a Sunday opinion Dipa. Okopa and Tinema, Ayajo opinion for Vincent Company and Payfona Genatum. What is so honest? Ayajo about 2 and so did you pass opinion on the calmness about Timnon, Ayaja individual said to the Biabon Sapoyan Fabopa, Obati play away, and there was a team. And Ajama Club, no, it's no honest, no, Nanyanje, Ajama Penya for Vincent Company. Wama team no utum say, Obia a performer, play a beer a yanajuma, Sena Bayan, Yadete Bayan, Bayan Bobokun, and your individuals, Ayajam collective, Aya players in Nakabuma, and Aya Bayamunchin and the Vincent Company, and Omopana Basso at Wonsamno, and some Tuja, I would to some men from Tuja, Sacrania for Frank Essier, Oko Juventus, Aya Club in Australia. ɔmo ɛpa sɛ ɔmo fa no free Ali club no aso yɛ ɛnso Saudi Arabia na mo ɔmo de ato player no no sɛ ɔmo bɛfa no na mo ni wages no this ɔte 14 million euros ɛwɔ Saudi Arabia mpanyinfo so metumi atua 4 million euros ɛna ɛde ama no ɛwɔ club no ɛfɔ Juventus player ɔte 14 ɔmo sɛ ɔnte 10 no ɛnso ɛntungu baabi na ɔmo agye 4 the year to sɛ Frank Kessie ɛbɛ so return ɛba ɛyɛ mainstream ɛyɛ Europe na ɔbɛ compete wɔ Champions League na ebia so tumi yɛ kama na mmom ɛyɛ a na ɛde so sacrifice ɛto 10 million ɛwɔ ɛyɛ euros egu na ɔbɛgye just 4 million ɛno ɛgye to dwa ɛgye ma mo me Juventus wɔn kɔmɔ no Omni the only Italian club approach a branch for Bernardo Silva and no edge abetoja. Yes, Bernardo Silva, a year wages no or demand 8 to a 9 million a year euros and a plan and so demand it's a non abetoja Yelim Juve and so Edeba on board the mom Oko Italia the only a tima approach of Penyafa Bernardo Silva end of the siege or didn't any before for all 3 Man City no a yajande Amatiri Pasomina del Boya a bit to me Mama Piasso to me Ayakama no edge to try your demo mutumadi so my men fun to just say make say UEFA Ayajon Metro Bayern Munich and so I'm the 3 charges and a Japomo now no win no munya Editia Madrid I'm qualify for semi-final Champions League no yes all supporters in Rubepre supporters Rubepre Yanema Bianen Sanfata at UEFA and a charge Bayern Bobokono or material passer cameraman no Colossi no Nina and Akamo and a new Omobabetro Moswa Yatuan Sanan Sotuja aye jumadeni so ma me fa sansom ntoja se wo piema so awon sanfo from a wo de woni anso echre aye opanyina me pacho ye friend Luka Modric ewo AC Milan ayaja toss na sase ne contract aye renew ano asase Milan pay for edire pass opanyino ayaja ko 40 years born na wo bono anso echre so opanyino betima ye adwuma no ama bia so e kama mo science tane ne contract na etomne ne agent no egus ejin komo na koda nim ye pa see America saying Abel stand I have 1 year answer the account. I'm on 1+1. I'm a Pia to my camera. It's just a look at Modric. I get this season. You come for the summer performer. Our Italian Zero Anima. I got this one. And so I come be and I'm paying for the video pass and and so much to me. I'm on a comfort extension. No Pia to me a camera. I know a job to Demamo. Oko Chelsea. You know reports and the Chelsea. You saw my name agency be doing come on. Then I saw many plot of land. Almost so more. I have plot of land. A land that sopa Eben Stamford Bridge ayakakra omutiri ye pasa Salland no omo paso omo tomo so munya Salland na ebetime si 85,000 aya capacity stadium at the ama aya club na from Chelsea yes land no ayadia Eben kakra oba aya Stamford Bridge or West London na eno na Chelsea paying for no omo agencies awuro so mo ne aya owners no enso enkotin komo sane ometime ton salsa no ejama Chelsea boboko na so mo movie enso de free ha na bia so timi ayakama enom ade to de demamo me part of Madrid our UEFA Champions League final congratulations aya Real Madrid aya jenra amo under 19 no amakopiem enso final after so amokoyi PSG on penalties eno a game across so don some to ja et Madrid boboko no and pay for de Bayern Munich na yi omo fremo na mo enkura no enso our final PSG na komo re so metimi Apiem of final and paying for non can soccer final. Name and paying for the general store is on course. Almost semi-final. More game again by Yamunchin. No more Enkrano, Madrid for no Koyomofimo. I'm a name Madrid Bobokuno and so Pimo UEFA Champions League final under 19. I had doing some Tuja. I cry from one Martinez. I assume I had no goalkeeper or Pajuma Pa and said my Madrid Bobokuno. I on penalties. You will play now, me patro, you're funny Pedri. Achas Pedri and Alejandra and ye on your day off no pass a players no day off no buy no be Pedri no no achas a modern fee since some bomb game no so no aja players no from Tuesday and aja pass a players no every time to your training it on the girlfriend Alejandra and ye to mo come to some to ja when is a Paul Kubasi I support a club no basketball team no on also calling a booster for and a call your Paul Kubasi I don't want some so to ja and more so you suspend and also the record I was our game now and so crossing to Kubas and ye I just want to know I about returning I'm a Piasso come on it's a vacation in the shop and a year I don't want some to ja Jeremy Doku and a never babon thing see I'm fun to ja so no or your Messi fan. Ejane se ubisa Ronaldo fan, Neymar fan, aya Messi fan, player bang, or so no, or your Messi fan. Na only Messi game twice, only Messi matches, aya twice. They won't punish aya don't your player or ta requesting for justice. So no bobo run will baby so some opinion for justice mommy. Or see another game twice, onyanyebi. No more did you pass a World Cup no, a commercial Belgium, it's Argentina, or better Messi Jesse, and you Jeremy Doku, or see Somusia, or Becca Messi, some funny Jesse, and so Enfamano, or your Messi fan, and Jeremy Doku, and Morris City, Eben Jeremy Doku, Yami Atuma Wachna, against Arsenal, I got to some and so tuja, and what are you to Medina so, only Sun Newcastle, are you United Bobokuno, I'm a call Brazil, I'm going to offer, and come up Palmares Club, so Eduardo, are you Constanzayo, I'm a Peter boy. I'm not rejected page, and I'm editing, Palmares Bobokuno Somonje. I'm more for 21, a 0.5 million euros, and I'm 30 million euros add-ons. My man front to us in the club, you're from a Palmares at dead boy, Eduardo Constanzayo. I'm about 30 million euros cash, and you're straight. And so the add-ons, and some to me about the camel. Only send Newcastle. I was 7 players. I'm in a Obia Pasofi club, and Sasia will play now. Me patron, your friend Sandro, ayo Tonale, and Morris across a more per Sandro, ayo Tonale, ayo Bayern Munchen, and a club from and I say Italian clubs, yes, be pre and yet boya, one more epe, Mamma Branche friend ayo Livermento, on Usumina reports City, and Arsenal, and yet boya, almost pay, and we say Joe Willock, ayo player, says Crystal Palace, and Fulham, and a Peters boy, and we say Kieran Trippi, ayo captain, or no Abeko free, Nina said a comfort in a pun of year, my man for to just a Branche for young Windsor, or Bananwada, report to Yetano, and it's a young Windsor, ever to myself a club, yes, a Brentford, episode Musamba for Pine and Sutton call, and more Renfrey, so Brentford for Nick Watermalda, strike and almost found an Anwadano, a Brenton super so free club, you know, so did you pass an ninja, come with an answer for so club, and not just an answer edge, and no edge, but CO7, and one. You won't know quarters war and our club for El Naza. I just say CR7 no address come up. I just say Ronaldo. I read was so to me at the league, or read was so to my Asian Champions League, and some at the account. The year tennis or Panya for all your suits. Yes, the decision, and it's for the 5 foreign players and the BPM and so our UAE. I'm going to Elvosa game now pass a Champions League game. Cristiano Ronaldo will travel and a couple Champions League game be Inigo Martinez and Ebekobi, Ayaja Sadio Mane, woman players, I'm a patron, and so the Pimoma Piasso to me, Ayakama, and then Japa, Tomamentene, a branch for Ronaldo, Ebeko UAE, Yamia Dumene, no Cocotoso, Corresande, or met me Abram and the Champions League, or said to me, Aka, Oko Argentina. FIFA World Cup and so paso enche na McDonald's Argentina McDonald's me pacho omo wo Argentina omo the players be an advertiser because of a FIFA World Cup I am McDonald's are you 3 Argentine players and then omo and so omo advert Alex McAllister, a Liverpool player, and I went to the McDonald's. A branch from Enzo Fernandez, or no, Edema Chelsea, and I to the McDonald's. And Morris, a branch now, your friend, I Juan Alvarez, and you, also, and I to the idea. It's a Morris, 3 players, and a McDonald's 4, and so at your much World Cup advert, Argentina, I just should be a don't some no, and so I'm a Jamaican so. My first son, someone to jam, so 28 p.m. and so our Chelsea. And some pray players need a success of Merino and found a Chelsea and no Australia. A jam some qualify about Champions League next season. Someone qualify anything. No more players need a pray. I decided Sunday I'm Eberino. Yes, Enzo Fernandez a pet and a prove it I just stop on this boy on a pet and a prove it I just stop on. That's a player saying Obia Jaton so be renew. Jayat is a co Palma, Fanamame. Yesu co and so take a decision. So be renew at Jama Chelsea. Obeste our Chelsea Uncle Babia. Are you good news at the Chelsea? So co Palma, a renew at Jamamo. Regems already. But renew till 2032. Regems and so renew. And no Moses Caicedo. Ote said and one summer two just on so renew. Marco Correa and so to me a renew. It is Aka Enzo Fernandez. Now the woman and Enzo Fernandez no. yes branch the second away demand is was ropa send them agent agents no amujiri pass over Charles dia says 300,000 I got 350,000 I got 400,000 no send and so to make be already Jessica Kopama also he's on 180,000 pounds a week. I get this boy Kopama with 130,000 pounds a week. Kopama Jeno and champagne for this Caribe and so Ebekan ho. No more dead boy but not Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez. This is the kind of 300,000 pounds a week. And no, I dear Dane. Go Chelsea. I honest no. I'm just as kind of former players. I'm going to joining now bonuses. More now we win the games no. Over the trophies. Let's see kind of so pay. You don't some to Manchester United club no. Ajidi pass away. Now normally lisi boy. Now yes manager na. Me patrol your friend on. Michael Carrick or you impressed. Japan yakwana efane Tanaka. You say the boy list player no or some film wa kwana boda no bono. You say surprise manager ni yepa. Na Tanaka no and the yenya report sir. You saw panyini didi pass a crowd de Casemiro and the Manuel Ugarte and so so Manchester United and film wa no. Amudidi pass away. Ayaja low cost. Kakrebi ode bekobi ansabeka. Amude 20 million kwa. Ayaja Japanese international no. Amun sabeti mi akano. Eka obi na say opanye for Michael Carrick. Aka champion for sir Elliot Mo players ne be enso a market come pom no mo pon wo so dodo etomo we say dead boy ya for Tanaka woman sabet me akana no dead boy e demamo after some Barcelona if you UEFA Champions League no e look good Marcus aya Rashford or you out chance or you in our Barcelona and no to try demamo Mamione Robert Lewandowski this aya too Omo aye out chance some ye in our Barca Bobo Kona Soye the yet because of wages no the same pay for the pre the pass a mom kwaya boss him born no ko boy in the Champions League no woman to me uncommon him etano and we be players in the second no and some moko no omo for young talents and so etomopa it this too are you likely some you know every free club now you follow aye Barcelona and no to no ni se betoja no Michael Carrick and no one didn't come on and what you to say yes Marcus Rashford a player someone na ebe ye pa na ya do no tampiano or person improve a players no our club from Manchester United it's a name and Rashford nko players e bo lo nyina no o return ya or say no say no be improve o nyina not just Michael Carrick atibibi or sim or you say player be improve especially o mo lo no and no e some Michael Carrick and so e to ja a be sad planted in a dream and some remember so because of Sikasem and your Marcus Rashford and a passer or more Rene Yago and no to ja demamo only said person or panya for Rafa used and no release statement this statement you know and what do to so officially Barca enya ayomo complaints no adiamam ayi UEFA womo tro enso adekwanua etibibia enso adam number 2 obo players no and the coaching staff no or panyina finance flick and the technical team no bomb abaso or did you pass or me impress board no nyina aniaje performance o maternity bomo enso eternity ba omobo ayajo money to hu ye pa etomoni ajo sim ayadia intense say the Barca supporters at the stadium at train Emma game na pon awie no mo bom nsem e ma players no or say intense e kan wo be and no me impress o mo bom abaso that's a different because madu for nche sanya man ntom na mo Barca o mo edu ayekora final wo ma femo na mo president Nigeria pass o mo yade anum e pa ye demamo Kevin De Bruyne fanema me you say Kevin De Bruyne e mema nyina yensu Kevin De Bruyne you say Kevin De Bruyne report 16 years in here on the man you pay and so and other Kevin De Bruyne yes wo ya juma pa said in Suman City no say be ma bia to say Kevin De Bruyne Kenya gro only say 16 years what that team and man you pay yes I am Michelle na me patrone aye Caroline aye 5 years pay and on the Michelle akọ 11 aye good years eti Caroline on the 5 years on the Michelle aye De Bruyne akọ aye 11 years yes o mom nim no ensom awo aye Belgium no ade ba akọ won pekura aye masam sane say Kevin De Bruyne kase on wa this oja no say the name ababa e fe Caroline and so di kan ja no kofa apprentice fe no aye Tibo ayokotoa one ayamam you pay 16 years Mr. maybe so 16 years in here some only 2 pay and now only 1 and now we do 45 it be do 80 be a 200 it be a 16 Kevin De Bruyne with just 2 omunyina so no bia enso tena kama na Leo Messi and ne Antonella na won se me pre di kama me Antonella first said no city here. She said, what's this? Makato says, so a model about a fashion, fashion programs are rolling on, Wakobi, magazines are rolling on, and so you soon a year messy wife, no, me patro, and maybe a term ye. Now, my magazines are who say, Madame come over breed, ya chose a bazaar magazine, or Motenato, so first send a note here, and then send note here, and no, a year me patro Antonella, a year Rucoso, Utu Savasakra, so say, Messi, Naman coin, some obey me and so a model what I saw a slim kama wa wo mi ansa de na mo adwuma no wo ye ne kama ma memfa went to the enwa ordinary enso at New York City you see we ayeti and co brew book a lunch ababa ni enya sam kitokra we aye Messi wife you said I invite special guest e be pie mo ma bia so e kama na wo na wadress kama pa ma me picture images no na ye ni nkomo a chesam na okopie mo Argentina ye opia mo sa ababa ni yeso no e kam onye opia na sanyama we nyina oto ne ho chechem and then ayaje wasesakra eno na so de na mo ye to won sana toja a chesam Leo Messi man approver amon say CL7 wama babo e fer Georgina Rodriguez approver Georgina there anso nie ono sase nyane ene me patron Antonella anso asase 22 great players no ene omunyina ayeremo aye model eno ejepa ye temamo awutumende ni so Mamin found some way and to just a Chouameni and I never babon tested 2 seasons ago. Oba ni Huruno. I was Santiago Bernabeu. Now the playing time Kofaso Wasa on one to convince Opia, San or Bonnepo. Now important player and so my club will be a Osaka and so at Mamo. It on your 3 pass and Ayadian and your friend of us Opia Jane or 3 pass Opia Bafan one dream piano or fun one dream and Sevi. Mamma Leandro Ganacho. Now you're in home como. You could be some manager now. Your friend Michael Carris. Oba you no Ganacho Casada and also Ganacho the only in Komota Oba a Manchester United no Ganacho a player only in you've tenom nemo not only in Nkomo Ayajo Chronicle Pimo Charles running the and Casada or did you pass our chrono Yajo you tin Manchester United I'm promote on a bar I get first team so Yaje nemo communication pia and so any on Ganacho and so enter my doing some tuja my man fan to the soccer Chelsea I bad news at my Chelsea Mama Jimmy Gatens yes no date any data Jimmy Gatens Eba Obeba next week Obeba next month and Obeba next 2 months I can sales games na season in so upon a year na Jimmy Gatens ni manager ni tiri pass akura no onyama sesia na oni sanyo no nko a se so pemo Jimmy Gatens aso ya yenya report sem oni aye goalkeeper na e fa no aye Jorgensen aye Philip Jorgensen keeper no so yeso oni date omo ana so ba sales games na ka no se Jimmy Gatens bebo aye bi ana Jorgensen beba beta go no ayaja doctors no se omo pra no enya just omunim data I just saw players and so dey buy demamo no man no good news about live call just so to me about 60 minutes adema Chelsea aye under aye me patro under 21 no na aye do ma fenepa aye that boy o pray a che enya ne or come aye close to 5 months in here afena Brandon so to me a return here wobebo kakrabe and so adema under 21 about 60 minutes aye no game now and some course no about 60 minutes am bia so to me come aya to won some so tuja oko Roma de bobo kono so ya emu ya yetema me Dani Ceballos na ye no come pay for say afidia wopeu wompeu obenya kɔ ni nyina no season pia Dani Ceballos be kɔ no watena Jamaican some pay for na catcher no some anya de so ka plans no ubim into Jamaican say Ayas ayebobo kono so Netherlands omo wenu say Dani Ceballos woman some ebetumi aka na bia so tuma kama Raul Asensio and ebe fi club no na Raul Asensio de no anya based on performance you say in discipline you say the last few months on your below one to konko on the coach no coach ne ka na Brandon for Asensio and so akabi coach ne ka si na wakadi na no me ka won sem bebre some on the coach na kokko ntoko bebre it has some point for no ebenya jano kwan and so amanako and no aya Raul Asensio and no report to ya demamo abo juma de so oni say Kamavinga you say the decision and it's uncle the decision and it's on person be free club na your flow Real Madrid bobo kona so ye Madrid tiri pass mo ton no benye kakakra na mo yesa branch de tiri pass da bi ayaje place bia ayaje mo ko low se ne wakoi acha se du ba bi na omo level no wo fampa omo tin sampa so back e Madrid tromani mu nyina bounce back o tiri pass ne amma ne chance onye na do se ofi club no etu Madrid supporters am profu se onfi club no no abranch de person na bia so timi yakama anum etepe etema mame abranch for the Danny Kavaya once Kavaya ebeko na Danny Kavaya enso efi aya club no dia bom nyina ne sa ayade a ono efi club no na akoba se na Vinicius Junior enso enie amukoton Vini adene free club no ma report oye tene se Vinicius Junior ko na Danny Kavaya enso ekwa player na for the Jude Bellingham on the promoter as one of the captains and our Madrid in Jane Jude diabet me amna be captain entekra and it's a player na your friend on aya Danny Kavaya ekwa Vinicius Junior and ekwa Madrid captains and Jude Bellingham by one of the captains and our Madrid it did boy Jude ne and obetima be captain no more just a player no aya jam you know and every club no and no more name no as one of the captains and our Madrid aya Jude Bellingham na won some nso toja awo ayetuma jeri so me di san komo no akara fe Gonzalo Garcia ano piemo na so ya na sam na rawo ye pa okọ aye Madrid bobo kono so ya yes even last season obo club world cup ni wie no ayade a things be pre na pass just bomb up no Madrid fam akura na nko se Madrid decision se akura we nko na Hendrick Emra a big decision and na Madrid bobo kono take se Gonzalo Garcia enko na Hendrick and return from loan no Emma Leon and no Japan no amo some mother corona and take a decision Sir Hendrick Uncle Long no Gonzalo Garcia and after such season the pan of your call troughless no or a reverse decision no Gonzalo Garcia uncle Hendrick and return and no I am sending Pierre Demamo our a young imagine so my man Fantaga say more Salah a fee a England Premier League and more salary free Marco na opanya ya fana Peter aya Jory and my Memphis and the legendary commentator Dodoni Nigeria pass the greatest of all time no commentator and what about this eight I will do aya this man what about Montesian Fantuja so name say Premier League no ebetimi enya Mo Salah sasu player bima or say why your commentary bebre on Liverpool games and Mo Salah to wins or aya nyama bebre confuse so aya defenders onim say this man ye benya no so player bim our Premier League no ma and say legendary commentator aya Peter Jory and the Samson to try ye demamo and so our jumajini so Cole Palmer adin komo bebre Cole Palmer SCM Fantuja so no Cole Palmer no ote aye rumors some Manchester United or come Manchester United or sena osre na ene sre mo ka so ko United no otimi sre sa one aye Guardian ati komo bepre na komo jena cross ko pama tin komo bepre osem anya no krata ebi kwa man team osem Manchester one ofi na mo nsa oba Manchester United no oso hu story no osre pa ade ko pama se ne ko pama osem fanto jasem aye fake oni ba bia ko obeste ebo aye Chelsea and a good no say Chelsea fans na some big player no we babonten abeka tro bia say no person stay and no aye ko pama Kopama bia no ano sem fanto josera ayade ananse na regents esane na contract ono no regents edin komo pa no no regents edin komo no onim se regents ni honest na edin komo honest ni woni ma bebroma yo ma jonson beye dem ayade Chelsea here and some better players aya big players and so jom aba o se de nya ni se players no o metimi qualify for Champions League o metimi attract top players be pre e jom aba Chelsea de Chelsea here and some here trophies animu ya Chelsea here aye trophies sesia onu ko pama no here trophies sesia it is somebody and paying for to players to big name players to quality players and for man am come on no man say win trophies animu ya any ko pama and some no dia tuja obi no sem fan tuja Liam Rosinia onto adwuma so onu Liam Rosinia no ayade oyade ko pama ayade when don so manager na friend Liam Rosinia o se coach no or your top class coach ohia onwa pre-season so coach no ye man on 1 season na oye na adwuma so coach ba about 3 months 4 months untimi assess no oso ne na ye adwuma ogide pastor Liam senior aye top manager enti on to so and ejete no aye strong backing a bad thing such as in paying for betimi up aye Liam senior no Kopama top players no our club no amuna support Liam Rosinia and by Demamo Nema Junior or see fun to just a football assessor and no football too physical na football or say na assessor kra football physical and speed and na some wedding unim yansa na wedding na utimi to America obaje jinses ya say the here no so wedding na the here no so to America and one no and no footballer no masamba ko be kan say so we footballer na tempiano ekoya modern ni America ulusu aya o talent no o se name ayade o mo dribble e football mo akaka krabe because football no assessa football na koyen kofo ayade ahoden ana so mo de ahoden ene America na ponte ne ye ni dribblers enso football mo aye few enso na wom jama football na nya fe football na nya de anom aye Neymar Junior o se ensam fo bo ntutwa Salami Yama o de pass aye ne ya Salamin Ultimate Champions League no o akura no ono ene ye come back ni nyina oye bibi bia na so ye nemum ade a football to bia sanete no gidi pass de akura no ye edit Atletico Madrid no bia hu ye no obeka sense football ba ye nya akura bia odu Lami Yamada osena ye o Messi Leo Messi ya akura obi hu no ono Neymar ayakura obi ehu no nemum age 18 omumu bie no ana ne talent no to Lami Yama ayobon na bobo ne sese no etodiri person the biggest ever talent yenya wo ayankura brem ayakura na efa Lami Yama ose Messi wo ho ono Neymar no ens wo ho omu nyina ayankura no mu ye great ayo players nemum obi enu a omu time no sa age 18 no na wo do just ball so unbelievable anyama na wo ye football no yade amuma ane ya Neymar ana eka sansan fa Lami Yama ho owi no se mfontuda se enche akwani bete Ballon d'Or o se Ballon d'Or no edinanim Champions League edinanim enche kura obetumi awene bi ama bia so tumi ayekama amo Salami no wanya kasa ne idol de o man na ni je football ho aye player na fa na Neymar and Neymar enso entoso akura na yede ho nsem no enso emamo abo aye tuma dire so man ekuso yare pi enso premo awo ba bibia aye uo bia ane yansane bia etotano no yene nkomane mfa nsane pi enso emremo mamenko aye club na ye for Barcelona wamanya take decision so players we amuko loan amu return ye mama back biem e Barcelona. Mark Andre has taken a more real goalkeeper. Our captain for the club and playing for this man. I'm returning from Girona. Are you loan? I'm manning back to the team. Mami Akwana for the Inaki. Are you penna? Also another goalkeeper. There's the 2 goalkeepers. Club this is some mama returning. Ansu Fati. Are you player? Baby Obiano. Oni Monaco Miri. And then there's Ansu Fati. Ever returning to Barcelona. And I branch for the Victor Ayer Font. And more reason Victor Font player. Mami Mfontuja. Sakwa your reports and your Victor Fort, your reports are Crowe and some returning to the tennis. Barca 2 goalkeepers, Macandre Testega and a Inaki Penna. Mama back to the team. Yes, I'm a promotum Cranibi and as a compiasono on better young goalkeeper and Atanapa. Barcelona Bobo Colepaso Mosasia, not Amuyan negotiations. Na negotiations no amune aye me patro Atletico Madrid for Julian Alvarez mami Julian Alvarez that boy Argentina ni no ba some point for the 3 pass ani mu ya no so am sa na amune Atletico Madrid fortuna say no mu titu nkomo na bia so e kama yes Atletico Madrid for ready for any negotiations na Julian Alvarez no yes ni agent no sene oba no your emergency no be meeting abeka sene pass e peno e bia Chelsea peno e bia teams bi answer peno amune ni nkomo bia di agent no na beko na oden sana koto Atletico Madrid bobo konanim demete no and sa Atletico Madrid force no ensida enya de set boy omo be negotiate with any team and Julian Alvarez and no payment so na so ya amore sanwa others the 20 less than the solo and the players omo po mo to say aye akrana ye fa Moreki abo edema aye Mayoka so Saudi se Victor Osimhen and aye Vlahovic omunya din enso aba for plan B no na ene pass for no say difficult aye je Julian Alvarez ato command for emmo mo kwan emmo mo ne akrana kran ni nkomo no aye je nem omo ehwe aye options na kana ye to mo nsam no enso etodwa ma me fan todwa se no pemo pastone aye ensan sam na yese pastor giri pastor ayaje anasoni agent no yese ogiri pastor so de koto pastor for anima e bia pastor betimo e bibi e dia fa ho ene 55 million plus aye player and aye offer ogiri pastor de kwa ayaje club na ye from Inter Milan beje me catch na no se Inter for some per 70 straight 70 almost per 70 million cash almost per 50 plus aye player 55 plus player no mum say gently to pass ayata pass the car omuya wo hwanye because boy no empeso bebo aye club boy from Inter aye Milan bobo kro empeso be sia campaign enum the battery pick and some no you say opportunity to pass the biggest ever mistake awoye awon life and so name you say opagino ni mistake or did pass away and it's a register the asset and the link aye stretches at the call Shakira edimo nyeso trase na on so why mistake pa yes that time no na the second so one sir Shakira na on your global your fame na or your global your brand it pick and said that be wa no ababa no so bia se nyina nim no enti niam bi o ye ni business bi wa wo ye no on register wo ga ni timo ye se ampa o register wo ga ni timo no enim akoye pa a chese sika de ebi nso timi ba ye nya report so close to about 300 million aye dollars nso timi ba ye no mon divorce ne ba ye na wa regu ne ba ye no aye ababa ni timo enti opanyin na fa jura pike sika no ne ababa ni invest ye no wonya sika ne bi enom aye opanyin fa de pike okona so me part de toja eno so ete ema mo no mame fa sansemo entoja se Liverpool aye senasi boy no manya report na se Liverpool pen fa gire pass wanyin 28 years ayaja bomb of aye defender no ayaja amon fanin come plans no ho because some when age ni sesia ayaja branch no wanyin oni Anthony Gordon yes Newcastle beton eti Bayern for no any ready Bayern from aye ready so musika ba wo mu ebenya ton Anthony Gordon no yesi on pese ene Isaac de na bibesi enti season ko so nyina wo so go so Champions League nyina no na wo ka champion for so beso mo omo emanu ko season pa na wie team bi odoba se be Bayern se be Arsenal omo nja no kwan enso emanu ko yesi ayada ne nsa ne be attach ayam pan for ntoma ready so mbeton enso amana ko yesi no mo ne apprentice for yen aye Diomande aye lives a player no same player Liverpool penalty boy ayada mo ne sa akra no eguso 18 komo sane apprentice and betimi replace Anthony Gordon na bia so timi ayekama eno ejepa ye demamo Manchester United and so ebebo and so e cha club na ye from aye Chelsea mo ba West London and Manchester United players ni ye acha so makofa mo train na ana so makofa aye train na omo ba enti players ni ye omo picture images ni bia Bruno Muni players na kan na ready omo sa Chelsea straight omo qualify for Champions League next season with 5 teams no omunya say Chelsea omo yi Chelsea film it omo ni 4th omo ni 3rd omo timi at 5th we a club Manchester United na Liam Rosinia and you be say United omo 5 center backs no 4 April akabon and omo dribble stand for break say yenya report one we Mazraoui and Luso ba ko betimi ape ewo aye center back am na yie na Liam Rosinia say yem fanto just Chelsea betimi aye sales matches na ka Chelsea betimi woni nyina o say Chelsea omo sa power no omo sa nyema na omo ebetimi dia we Chelsea team ya omo betimi woni 6 out of 6 sales games na ka no omo ebetimi nyina and also betimi Liam Rosinia and ye be say so panyin say over Chelsea no insere nyagro atem dia nyagro kra so wasa onu players no ye come home sem and I say I'm appointing 3 minutes and uncle for sase enti 3 months no 3 or say 3 minutes quality na 3 months enti on your concentrate na Michael Carrick mame amfa we into just on Liam Ross senior wo ma shiada ayade 2 managers no Manchester United and Chelsea ayade o 2 managers na ball enom whole city in Middlesbrough and so ewo aye championship no aye 2-2 results no ne nyame ya dom amamienu enso behia amro so Manchester City mame Pep any Arteta we aye master any apprentice ye be se be sia komamienu ne nyame ya dom awocha title decider ye betu komo be brand so dia form ho we mo amienu ba ku na better league no Arteta here draw ko ayaje wo fa olusu game na pressure enya sem kitokura Manchester City and some aye comeback e don some tuja na mame fan to just Manchester City fans ne se on be we committee no nyame ya dom awocha Umbe kami team no wo mo be share team no ayaje omo ye ready Sunday omo the pass na say pass ne ba wo be share players no enti City players ne amugu so ane omo ye adwumaden so metime ngone ke no ma bia so kama eno eje ba ye dema mo Nico aye really just boy obeki eba head no ya de e mo remfisen physically yes akwani e fit 100% obetimi abo game na ma bia so kama etani egunu so de no nsam na tudwa na mo Erling Haaland and I do come say City amutuaneka so on so goals Manchester City etuaneka so on me so goals enti ni tuma dia wo dia na ye goals but na ye be wo say Erling Haaland wa pemba ko e dia to na tana enom eje pa ye dema mo ye bi sa Pep Guardiola say opanya fa le Pep me patro aye final but na aye final and also yes, I am final because the City and Timian Wenia out of the Premier League. And the City players no Antoine Semenyo and in Yamo someone Timian when it game now out of the Premier League. It's a massa game episode now Itiad no I am final and manager somebody to Atata and your business opinion na game your pass Mikel unya draw open because Arsenal the year some go to no draw and also draw there be up a win on per draw Mikel Ateta also up a win on per draw Arsenal can win the game now and so our Itiad stadium. The last time at Arsenal, I won a game at Etihad Stadium, a Premier League game, 11 years ago, 2015. The last time at Arsenal, share City, our Premier League game, our Etihad in Chenya Jumaketwa. No, opinion is a win into Momoko. What is a Mikel Arteta? Yes, it can piano. Our mentality, Americom, and Yama, or the encouraging the players. No, yes, I told you, you saw your wolves, and one. Oyusu omo say on be aggressive our pitch no so the players no on be somewhere way and more we gidi but bia no mo nam ho but bia no mo tata sana so players no opeso mo yami adoma aye game nam and so personal Mikel Merino and so epiem Arsenal sober aye training council no okwen encourage the teammates no Arsenal players no omo arrival awo sober ni omo dress come up awo bia and awo so mo yedon some na tuja omo akoyo mo final training no last one ebe so na just what no mo money and so they say Etihad Stadium no more correct enyama bekoye and so ade amomo Jorginho a former Arsenal player or Brazil and they or the message e dey Arsenal players no we catch am say Emma omonwen past no sasa da bia no makoboto bibi yesi Arsenal Jerry no maboto oso tiri pass sade no Emma ne mo madwemukura ball no munim bono monko Etihad no mo mfanko ye adwuma no bibi bia ba kama Rio Ferdinand ose wo muti so bi mendi atam no munim de moka why mistakes there no mum Arsenal Premier League na akwade fer so bi mendi no oka ho eno so mo amo we se o ya Arsenal fan na Ateta wonko Ateta wasa wonya je wonko se na resre o de mo Ateta nko na Ateta kwa joba ba no mo besu eno ayen so mo de atodwa ma me fo go ntodwa na team na nya Chelsea onim sam ene omo re Chelsea ene club na ye formo aye Liverpool mra transfer window na ekorosu ye no de obi atoye ni na de obi atoye no o de toto aye omo maka ni nyina de ho na hwe omo a why na ne de no aye the West Chelsea and Arsenal aye signings no João Pedro Abrante Sugo, Jimmy Ketens, Liam Delap, Hacho, and Estavayo William. Omne Alexander Isaac, Forlan Veit, Kerkic, Ikiteke, and a Frimpong. And it's a quick one. One after year no banner and a season of banner no, or yet the West signing.
Ken Chelsea.
For Chelsea. Biggie.
But for Chelsea.
Over for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Kwame.
So I will be Chelsea.
Dabi Liverpool. Media mefa Liverpool.
Okay.
Omudia no eye eketike. Ena Folanves kakra bi. Kakra bi na nye bebru kakra bi kete. Omo ni nyina agu. Chelsea dia no mo one big one. Oh, na be come here. So be nka sepra. Listen.
Okay, me that so what set perimeter the one dey go.
Anu are dey no. Okay. Ti da manu be yi me ka no. Wo ba ba.
See attract you.
Mo trot. Ya boba you say na player pra. David.
Chelsea so way.
Chelsea dia no one great man. Eno João Pedro.
Apart from that.
Better. Ena Estavayo kakra. Tio Estavayo. Estavayo. Ena aye hacho kakra. Oh me papa me kase. Me nkase fu. Enti omo o 3 a mienu ye kakra. Ena ba ko ye top e chain Liverpool players ni nyina. That's João Pedro. Only a top chain Liverpool players ni nyina. Ena omo Estavayo ni hacho kakra. Na Delap na I do problem ni nyina ba. Because I say o show mo nipa ni nyina nso no pa o ye combine. Enzo one run na bewe. Oh, just a problem now, no. Enti me call Liverpool. Ana. Enti me call Liverpool. No mo mama we so birthday we na kwa memra. Me patro ye ba ye fan e Killian. Agene important. And agene birthday. Happy birthday. Agene meba na maba be birthday no nkomo. Enso e di akyeremo. Enti mama nkomra na me hwe ne birthday no se metim ni picture na to so. Na bia so e kama El Chairman tasty joint. Kwame Akropon branch abie.
Yeah.
First panel en carry
Akropon
and abuakwa. Se mo Akropon no e mamu ma abuakwa. Dr. Boatende Akropon for modi e dia mamu. Upe aduane papa chairman o kwa miki so se ya twro. Chairman. Jamaic ni papa me am Jamaic na namfo pa. Kwame bre na yeni yemkomo no ye nto so na me mra me hwedi aka no.
Yeah, ken ene de we are sure say attention do do na be call England because ko Spain a Copa del Rey final na be bo which me no nim say ye bo final na nya Real Madrid ne Barcelona and the woman ya na attention no and say the nisru bebre so wo check here ene nyame ya aduma china Premier League na attention be wo so kese pa me sha say the free na games no big game ba ko be ko so ene e wo bridge ne so Chelsea and Manchester United. Akomko sanka wo check from be early 2000s esania ba at the time Josie be for Chelsea. Chelsea sha say omo pikia. Then ka ko England ye both Chelsea and Manchester United now nim said definitely two clubs omo na a tight dominate Premier League no. Banansing omo nyina nyoma nhyeda nkoyi mfa mo. A game back where be a 12 game at the ama both sides because 3 points na ya stake near very important at the both clubs. Chelsea into Premier League no. Manchester United into Premier League no. By the target the goal ni say ye bobo season e wie no. And what's a Chelsea ni Manchester United enya position a bit ma qualify omo e de akọ UEFA Champions League next season. And 3 points na that so no very important for both clubs. Dear Tosumienu, Chelsea last 2 games for Premier League on winning be. Manchester United last 2 games for Premier League on winning ye. Enti omo nyina say kwako right game where obia last 2 games on to me winning wo Premier League no obia person or 10 things. Now it me writing your man right and the man supporters. Enti sa 3 points is very important. By Ken. Se me hwe sa game we pa team a pressure beba no so kese pa ye Chelsea bobuku no omo na pressure be wo mo so kese so we dey compare Manchester United there na because so offer Premier League table na Chelsea out of the Champions League race no as it stands now in prem as all the Premier League table ni adwuma the top 5 Chelsea enye part Chelsea that sits on the log enti from ene ekosi se yebobo Premier League na wie no I was Chelsea find a way say yebobo Premier League wie no we run into the top 5 so pressure one so say ekwan bia so also ultimate 3 points no At the crucial Mr. Maker say Chelsea pressure one is only say. Chelsea last 7 games in the Premier League were winning just one. And yet Chelsea are mono. So when him Chelsea a bad day say Chelsea in the last 7 games in the Premier League, go back as we winning one. Out of the last 7 Premier League games, no, we lose 4, I draw 2, and we win 1 against Aston Villa. That means that the last 21 points at Chelsea are bought in the Premier League, you know, where Timia Peke just 5 points and 1 to 16 egu. Which are bad on the part of Chelsea. E can who be na pressure war muso no. And at Chelsea say bebo ofie. The last time at Chelsea winning a Premier League match e ofie na e 31st of January. Ken ye woman to be. The last time at Chelsea winning Premier League ofie e 31st January. And no mutimi say West Ham 3-2. E 51 on the last 4 games for Premier League e ofie. Wadro Leeds, wadro Burnley, we lose Newcastle and we lose Manchester City. And to pressure sabe to Chelsea to say, or say bet na fee against Manchester United e was so winning. And to say oh compare 2 teams now. Their pressure one is so and so also winning game no. Chelsea. Now you game ni. Most likely David Abrante friend say Sanchez and Ebedem. Chelsea enya Abrante friend say Chaloba. Enti omo 4 and 5 no. Ebeye Fofana and Hatu. And ebebo the 4 and 5 Ediama Chelsea. Chelsea enya Rhys James. Enti Malo Gusto and ebebo the right back. Na Kukureya abon the left back. The good news for Chelsea is say after Enzo Fernandez no suspension no wetimi asaba back I say likely so bet me feature the ama Chelsea. Enti Chelsea mfimfi ho no. Ebeye Andre Santos and Caicedo and ebe operate at the certain midfielders. Most likely Enzo Fernandez ebe operate in front of them. Now the Cole Palmer akwa the right side, Pedro Neto on the left side, na Joao Pedro, LED lines in the ama Chelsea. Women are likely so mbesha see the ama Chelsea bobuko. On the part of Manchester United, Omunya Lisandro Martinez, Omunya Harry Maguire, a big blow at the Manchester United because sa 2 players we were shown a very key at the Manchester United. Omuye out because of suspension. And they likely said Lenny Euro and a Heaven and a Bebo 4 and 5 at the Manchester United. Not Dalot on the left on the right side, Luke Shaw on the left side. In Finfi Hono, say what Michael Carricker or say Ombetren a pass Kobimenu late fitness test. So in case as a Kobimenu and Timia Nefita, and in Finfi obey Casemiro, Manuel Ugarte, then Bruno Fernandes. Na enim hona ye Ama Diallo, Cunha, say Mbweme Babo and Asa Benjamin Sesko. So when na possible lineup at 2 clubs in Beyisu. Ken sa me fama a Chelsea bobo na. Na me analyze Chelsea team no dey go face Manchester United. Chelsea any problem in terms of build up. Say Chelsea kura ball or say adwuma say or build it up. Ye initiate attack. Ye making sure say ye pass it. Stratany e be attacking Chelsea any problem. And anytime you Chelsea be see kind say Chelsea attack here. Chelsea team ni comfortable. Pressure and say the new almost in terms of attack. The moment Talbot say better see Cole Palmer and the be operating on the right side, it means say Cole Palmer ain't operating as a conventional winger. Conventional winger and you can so mere traditional wingers no. And it's a Cole Palmer and the be the right side. Cole Palmer say operating as a traditional winger. Anytime we Chelsea be initiate attack no, Cole Palmer be move by inside. Abe operating as the main playmaker. Now we be the right back of Chelsea, Malo Gusto say on the air fly on the right side. Omo initiate attacker. Omo Kukureya. Obetimi so initiate attack. So obe invert. So obe overlap. So obe can't play no or the left wing no. Obetima join the attack no. At the same time, say Enzo Fernandez Beshasia. This season, Enzo Fernandez in terms of creating chances from open play, why one of the best at the Chelsea. And it's a Chelsea attack here. Chelsea no problem against Manchester United. Almost Stratany very good in terms of attack. Ombenya numbers because Kukureya beko. Malo Gusto beko, Enzo Fernandez wo ho, Cole Palmer wo ho, Pedro Neto wo ho, Joao Pedro wo ho. So about the final third, Chelsea benya numbers obe create against Manchester United. By the last 7 games, a new man kuyin from Chelsea no. The problem at Chelsea facing a new man goals in back. Omuntimi nche goals no. Ken the last 7 games at Chelsea intimi winning. Pressure about Chelsea so no. Unim said the last 7. Chelsea enya 101 attempt to score. Or the 7 games so 101 attempt to score. Se team at the 7 games enya 101 attempt to score then a catch roll. A true say a team or that ability to attack. And so the last 7 games no when you baku 27 you on targets. Big chances are what saying no baku 17. and what they say 8 goals. The last 7 games.
The last 7.
The last 7. 101 attempt to score. They are on target 27. Big chances, you can big chances are chances Nisa was saying. Was say 17 and what they say 8 pay. So playing against Manchester United, Chelsea will problem in terms of conversion rates.
So say omo creating omo then send you blame Liam Enye.
That's the reason why I ran a press conference or say omo problem kesi so mo ntimi goals.
Because the last will be defending Kupama.
Yeah.
Say yes Kupama into Bono, but to create a lot of chances.
Omo create a big problem the match Chelsea. Onim say the last 7 games ama Chelsea a better position omo dano. Omo just 8 goals no. Joao Pedro nkwa shemu 5. Kopama shemu 2 ana ongo baako. Enti Chelsea anim on the last 7 games akoye Kopama and Joao Pedro. 2 players. So we could face Manchester United. Now when you players they say on bet match goals now e be affect Chelsea. So facing Manchester United, I was a Chelsea team here clinical. The first point.
That is Manchester United and that Champions League moment to me mobile.
Pressure be do so no. Pressure kese be that Chelsea so. So Chelsea be create chances ene. By sebo ne beto atenim e problem. E was say ne omo ye clinical up front. Adia ba ko ha Chelsea e ma mu ntimi nya clinical no. E composure in front of goals. Se udu final third na opre wo ho a the moment abepre wo no wo take wrong decision. Se unya abutra wo take the right decision. And Chelsea do the final third a eyi ahwe omo pre omo so mpese omo hye no ma take wrong decision na affect Chelsea boboku no. So playing against Manchester United e was Chelsea nya that calmness e was the final third. Omo nya sa calmness na chances ne beba e ba koye because omo ni sa abutre no. And e was Chelsea nya sa de no. Defensively came be beside the last time Chelsea keep clean sheet abekai. Na 17th of January. And omo keep clean sheet to Premier League team against my friend said Brentford. Omo show omo 2. From 17th of January ebesi ne Chelsea team keep clean sheets.
Omo performance.
Omo problem in terms of defense.
But United soon defender be out.
So United defensive issue are also taking advantage in terms of also attacking approach and no final third. But there ba ko ehun de match Chelsea say o ko face Michael Carrick team a for bibia to nchen under Michael Carrick Manchester United attack here untimi predict omo because omo attack omo dangerous. That rapid transition omo that freedom omo rotate enti ene ubehu mbuem wo ha sei adebechi ubehu wa ha ubehu Bruno Fernandes wa ha adebechi ubehu wa ha ubehu Kunya wa ha enti se woni Manchester United under Michael Carrick koba untimi pinpoint se uko eliminate Kunya out of the game. Edin say obeti magina branch fence mbuemu so ana ama dialu because a lot of positional rotation. A Manchester United team no. And under Michael Carrick, omo attacking freedom. Oma creators na attacking freedom. And under Michael Carrick, check the performance of Bruno Fernandes. And to omo boba mutimi attack by baby adwuma ni nyina besi no. The midfield. Se Chelsea betime win the game na. How we best stop Manchester United midfield. Michael Carrick by no. We won 11 games in the Premier League. We win 7. We drew 2. We lose 2. Points are Michael Carrick dropping and games are lose the midfield battle. Omu game against West Ham 1-1. Where the performance of Matheus Fernandes and Thomas Tuchel. Omu Manchester United midfield ne struggle. Omu ko face team friends Newcastle. Where Joe Linton, where Sandro Tonali performance. Omu breaking Manchester United team no. Nansa omu si Bournemouth. Hwe ball na Alex Scott e boy no. Nansa omu lose against Leeds United. Sa obe kai nansa match no Ampedu ana Tanaka. Omu jimfinfin of fire. Okay. Chelsea bet me winning game we are. How our Chelsea midfield ebe break Manchester United. I want
the game kese.
And the king game
back
Chelsea here 3 matches 1 point.
Yanko kese.
O meant me winning their pressure member. Then on Sunday. Benyasna fan by me ya at the master. On say your pressure be wo one I will invite pressure no. Game we nanke ni say pressure eba game ni bebre. Nanke game anka Arsenal koba anka Arsenal da omada. and the frontier pressure aba game when now so you say Arsenal na nkasa na invite pressure no enti earlier on time na here question of the day no busa akwaku asem bi oka kire say Arsenal tena ma Manchester United be fa ho agi league na Arsenal mum na enya de enya Manchester United Manchester City because season na Arsenal season and no matena ho drop points bia when I'm saying points omo drop against Brentford, points omo drop against Wolves, points and omo drop against Bournemouth. And for the Manchester City are picking Manchester City winning the games no. Say ya dey sanka Arsenal so winning the games sanka City na BBNC.
Arsenal your preparation a goal for Paredo. Oma ye juma pa.
Last season
omo di kan trotro omo nkrata nyina de call because omo ye nema pa. Enti ade ande so omo fa.
Me personally me Arsenal league no. By problem here say oman kasa na atena ho ama pressure na
because season a wo season the Arsenal who want to say even in the Champions League unya draw emfa ubetime rotate two team unsa draw bi onya untime nyade
baby omonam no
untime rotate two team what you say yama Bayern Munich untime rotate two team unya Lisbon mo ne sa Qarabağ for untime rotate two team no it was an against Sporting CB one player so mo tranche
yeah
inti omo opportunity says so mo je win trophies na so mo win ni na Champions League na so mo do league na so mo je
omo sa mo je
and at 10 team anje league we are and Arsenal says so much 22 years not just any minimum there on bet magic and the next season teams be prepare
SI season main competitors omunye consistent
omunye drop even City ya yedi omun komo yi eda na anu woni say City drop be mienu miensa bi to aso good still Arsenal team atrama na omo ba betom.
That's the reason I hear say Arsenal nankasa na invite pressure we because what they find say all things being equal yes City apeke no kre City last 19 games of Premier League we lose just one wapeke say Arsenal so win a anka dey na esi
Ateta so mko akose
good
also here draw on be kwako win the game no
say the ama pressure na ba na say points difference na koyi 6 so Manchester City shawa aka 3 and Manchester City say we game in hand. And the here say Arsenal bit ma avoid defeat.
The one say goals in SN 3
points no.
There be goals in 3. Goals difference in 3. I just say City share with 1 goal margin cry Ebeka saying
2.
Ebeka 2. Or someone one a standing game ball.
Ebo.
Say Pep who say because there's so many competition be able.
Sure.
The chances so bit match 2. And on bit match 3. Ability in terms of goals no. And also was throw. Over 2 teams na say points in yakobo so na ye the goals in area City share goals no easy chance house na share goals City share 2 plus 3 plus goals omo betimi pressure na was na so no
me know ya dream because
omo betimi share goals na here kan was
Arsenal and Manchester City see a team obetima share more goals here statistics definitely Manchester City
but it's actually lead with 3 points Arsenal lead with 3 goals.
So game way is very important. So question here say Arsenal bit Marco avoid defeat na one extremely difficult because of Man City a form back. The tosumi Arsenal struggle with yard. Oko who be obrepa. A problem can see the match my friend say Arsenal because for Ocheke Krana the last 10 games I have Premier League with yard between these two clubs Man City winning 7 draw me answer the last 10 Arsenal team go far win
and our best player Saka and Kobe
this season in terms of
because Madueke
this season Arsenal for best player but ube here key players around and idea about question man difficulty say 20 clubs or more Premier League no only Manchester City and they lose just a game of year until lose of year but lose just a game this season of year by possibility say
hey into Pep West season cry no any nature say season say Pep no the modern more crowd form no that's a Pep level on any standard and grow
I was through by
ban was through was set back
Arsenal mom na ma ni na ba okay Arsenal mom na ma sa de we ni na ba Arsenal points omo drop Bournemouth ni we mu no o wini yanka points na mu atwe enti Arsenal mom na ma sa de we nyina ba beto e by possibility so betima avoid defeat no ho because the last 2 visitor Arsenal ko itia don lose here
Obodro
2-2 baako 0-0 baako so nansen wo ko itia do lusu
Arsenal
lusu so me Ateta kenu nim de omuhi Arsenal hia pa the first thing na Arsenal hia eno game nim pa ye say ombenya mental toughness nyame adom akina game no mental toughness
and the ball torn eta it misses sound sa mental toughness ne sa niam it is the boxing no but blow ni be ball no a we rate me fee plan now the call we nim na because be a first goal now we play a mistake second goal be it misses bia and record so avoid it.
Mental toughness na very important here say kwaku ene big wa ha emre bi dru na Manchester City per league omiti fie pressure bomb so the current Bayern coach her time no she go ndem no Manchester City nya Vincent Kompany Manchester City nya that mental toughness so definitely nyame adom etina pressure be kwa Arsenal so enti pressure ne call so a ebesi na wetimi a restand this pressure no kinu nim dia Manchester City hwan yehu na nse no the Pep Guardiola no because game na ye rem no already na nse ya wa chewa dominate wo cup final adi cup efru nsem enti psychologically Manchester City benya that edge over Arsenal pressure beba Arsenal so ball na ye ba ko hwanya me adom akina no menya sure say Arsenal ko dominate Manchester City with yard menya sure say Arsenal na be control game no ombe hu ball no bebre Man City mom na be hu ball no bebre
Kwame ma said Kenneth na streak omo my information be omo say +1 -1 into City esha by go a ebeka 1 enye 2
ebeka 1
goals difference na eba be 1 enye 2 bim because +1 -1 the omo chono what
Matthias
say you want to say come share ebeka 2 because 3
Abetias City cha na Abetias
City sha ebeba Abetias na into +1 -1 into ebeka
1
okay
Ken the Eboa Pep Guardiola na nsenie or bonne ball na Magei Kusanov no abo Nunes no abo Brenton Nico O'Reilly no abo Rodrigo Cascante Bernardo Silva Semenyo on the right side Doku on the right side now abo Ryan Cherki behind Haaland and ne how arrange omo e pitch ne so na omo she game na se na omo attack a de omo ye ne say na nse wo say O'Reilly she goals pa omane mbeka Rodri ho omane ko nanim pa okọ nanim a na etimi ama Ryan check that freedom no they are dominating the final third now ama Doku any Semenyo a stretchy opponent no ama Haaland aye the boss dominator now ama Rodri ne Bernardo Silva no more experience no aye interchange position no ama dominate wo mfimfio into otimi stretch o onya numbers wo mfimfio or boss dominator or obi a oba be ye crasher in the shape of Nico O'Reilly on no dey hardwe say Arsenal betimi avoid the defender na say di omko ho emam konya draw no how we be defend this Arsenal defend
Gabriel and Saliba and of course ombe hia join Timber
this
we're proud about Timber game we ombe hia no
and the misru park say one notice here go say Arsenal nyina no omuja opponent no omuntimi track runners
but way game be different because omo attack be brave City be pass ball no be brave nti omenya kwan timi defend aye transitions
defending you be defend you ken obetimi nya numbers behind the ball by numbers behind the ball no anya discipline na opponent no be punish because na say goals am Arsenal consider nya no enye because of time and committee ma be 5 examples omo track runners ken as it stands now
coin
paper no so the Man City na favorite too
the last 10 City are winning 7
yeah
I draw 3
but
the last 2 Arsenal drawing
na me die Arsenal kunya draw kreye
draw the Arsenal draw Major League
yeah Arsenal nya draw kreye
yem fancy na Ederson City for Nimra na omomedi eye omo enkomo well Ederson breme na mini enkomo kakra
kebeda say maminchia awoshi odun kwa on ofin any City James Center guys ni nyina mchia mu yepa na yetia ne say game we Man City mom na airpay win City rather wants the win. Arsenal's approach na say anya bia no yemfa draw enko. That is the two approaches at the game minimum. See, nka nkɔmmɔ ni hɔ ba nkɔmmɔ hɔ ne sɛ baby a yɛdri April May Pep Guardiola's months. Pep Guardiola about Manchester City. Say yura April, yura May ding say obe lose game. In fact, if you credit, we win that 2019 impo. The last time a Man City drop a point, will fear under Pep April, May Premier League. I'm say a 2-2 against Liverpool. 2-2 against Liverpool. It's you drew a territory a Pep Guardiola's territory. Even last year, when Manchester City were suffering, you could 11 games, na City lose out on na City. If you do remember, last season was very, very bad. Even a numpo, you drew April, May, and Man City started winning games. Refi. Emma City ever also dead. Last year, na City was san odi third. That's like you know 3 points. Last year, City and was san. Why? Because of April, May. And no the pressure to Mikel Arteta so. Because Arteta so no Ken. Ono so drew April, May muha. De biano oteto. Enya fi nko mamu sponsor fi. Sa period that make us Manchester City under Pep Guardiola do not lose games, you know. Mikel Arteta lose 11, while board draw 7. He has lost 11 games, drawn 7. Offer from 2021 umpa. You do this period.
17 on Winnie.
Exactly. Where be? But me person say make a draw no losses. We lose makuma 11 and we board draw makuma 7. It's clearly I just say maybe a territory for Pep Guardiola. I was also na Mikel Arteta. Not tatishe. If you want evidence, let me tell you. Now say in Yamako Saima Arsenal. So BM cry all competitions in Pahedi. Arsenal was Sporting Lisbon. Our Champions League, which was advantage to them. They won and they drew. But also to Manchester City, Carabao Cup, Southampton, into Bournemouth Asanso Asheno. Until for the last 5 games, Arsenal lusu makumi yensa. Into the pressure about Arsenal, so because they say no, Mikel Arteta she baby a drew ya. Pep Guardiola drew ha or tasha. And the pressure by Arsenal. Iti Ken, you game ni muna yendin komo kakra. Na me highlight team ya maybe Ken. No question pair woman say. If you carefully analyze this Arsenal team, na say we are thorough analysis pa Ken. You begin to question, say, Aden and Arteta drew April, May, be annual, or Timber form. Say, I fear, no problem. Say, at what was what, then you start drawing a pattern. But what else? I didn't see Bako, no problem. It seems you know, be normal. But at what was what, then you see, then you start drawing a pattern, okay, then you find the problem, then you begin to find solutions to it. Arsenal, 3 problems. My main for recent games analyzing show. And I know what against Manchester City. Ewa Carabao Cup. Pep Guardiola, the pressing style or the pressing other games against that Arsenal team. Or Sasano ko 4-2-4. Can't menya sa winner. Inti Manchester City previous games so more pressing Arsenal. Eyana giddy man to man. No more rush Arsenal. Now Arsenal pass the ball from the back easily. No. In the 4-2-4 press, Semenyo, Ryan Sheki, Ellen Haaland, Jeremy Doku. Oh, Kent, menya sa winner. Sa phone watch the television very well. Sa phone way, among pressing Arsenal giddy. They were just in line. This was the last game Man City played against Arsenal. Yeah, we game no. Now more for criticizing Arteta pass. Because yeah, we game the Arsenal goalkeeper Gabriel Saliba omo ka ball ni bebre e chen ni mo for no because no muntimi impossible no MBC Manchester City first press. But City were not pressing hard, they were just standing. Into David Raya far ball on phone who begin ball no say form who cry. Okay. Into one analyze where ya. If you want a solution, let me tell you why. Ken, why Pep Guardiola did this and say Arsenal centre backs no solid. They've been very consistent in defending 100%. Gabriel, William Saliba. But what they do not have are long passes. As me make me boy. What if when you from Europe? Centre backs no. Some call Liverpool. Say Virgil van Dijk ujanwa or to me small long pass. Na a cop Mo Salah ho. Even Chelsea impo Fafana mu jine mu a omo ball long passes kra. Hwe Pau Kubasi line breaking passes. But how many times do you see Saliba? How many times do you see Gabriel do long passes? So long we be free chewaka e David Raya. What there for adwin course why be adwin course wo tie mi a for adwin fam wa na hwe sa de no.
So in Cadence Press we are here. Kalo say omo obi otim ball longer kebe ball.
Very good. Let me give you one example. Manchester City versus Real Madrid. Hwe de timu kutu aye.
One of the
Exactly. So City realized Arsenal do not do that. A short passes nkwa. So they decided to hold. Let me back these conversations with numbers. Afi Premiership ya yebwe. Seems a ball line breaking passes from the back. Menya charts no one. Chelsea and attempted passes from the back. The Otosu mienu Manchester United. I.e. Lisandro Martinez. No boni bibri. So ye fitter. Brighton. Okay, let's not waste time. Share Asieho. Arsenal they're saying last but 3. The only teams are Arsenal. A line breaking passes. A West Ham United Bournemouth. Let's say nipa bia no weakness.
So sorry last season and Thomas Partey na
Ebejiko.
Zubimendi more long passes.
Oh, Zubi short.
About short passes, yeah.
Partey kra no to the bia. Mostly ne short. Asanka no. Omo pe short passes ni bebre. E omo style. Enye the bond go bia so on style. Itina omo press teams last na timi e beat press easily. So omo press Arsenal bebre ba na David Raya babeka center backs no we brim miensa. David Raya ni ball. It's pressing Arsenal is difficult, but Arsenal kept on taking advantage of that because teams pressing Arsenal easily. They can beat you pressing pa. But when Pep Guardiola did that, and the 4 fronts and one pressing, teams began to realize that. In Tetuele be almost so yes, I know Mujina. Saliba, how long and how many times have you seen him do that? Because they want to be very careful. Gabriel, how many times do you see him do that? Because they want to be very careful. One, no. Number 2, we can issues. Then we begin near finding solutions near whether they can take advantage in this game. Number 2, one of Mikel Arteta's strengths in the early stages, Abra Obai, and they say, Ken, sir, Brony say transitions, turning defensive actions to attacking actions. Titibrem Ghana is a counter attack. Semikuta ball. Oh, now the ball na attack Ken. Ken J ball no ana Ken. What turning the defensive shape no yen pa na ball na kwa kwadrum ho. Ekwadru anim ho. Fast attacks Ken. Enter sir. Now, one of the strengths of Mikel Arteta, fast wingers, fast attack. See, would the agra counter attacks in the Ken, this season, Mikel Arteta I counter attacks just 32. 32 no are resulting in just 4 goals from fast breaking. If you want context, they are playing against Manchester City. City enya counter attack goals 9 goals via 41 attacks. And Mikel Arteta kuta 4, Manchester City kuta 5. Why is Arsenal not doing fast breaking? Or you say, omoji baller, they prefer to circulate the ball, bebre, instead of fast. Yeah, the ball the air anymore. City goals now saying, I by counter attacks, no. Recently, yeah. Say, won't say, Semenyo de pace kakra be anymore. Haaland, say, so Oman space obey Ryan Sheki will create for them. Jeremy Doku, it's City of fast attackers. Saoba Nusu bebre na or break you or the pace to break you or the pace to run behind the space that you have left. But Ken, on that same conversation, Sabukayo Saka wa ayo okay. Kakra numpo kakra because Saka ni nyobia. Or per counter will be on way and was turning back. But Arsenal do not have the men recently. Obia Kasadi no nimi ye power Arsenal team ni mu eye Martinelli na say ni form no enye. Trussard form enye. Noni Madueke 50-50. Inti Arsenal say when you counter attack or move ball ni bebre no na o circulate ball no. Yes, our chances creation are very difficult. And I'll give you one example. And I know your bomb of game you know. Arsenal supporters na no mu complain is a teams in Arsenal team no they are unable to create chances. One thing. So no mu complain no mu buefu. Chances creation are very difficult. Say about season a chances creation I told there be a game simple where difficult. Arsenal resort to set pieces. Now saying and also so a conversation we'll have once again because now say so teams are beginning to draw some parts now. They say set pieces no and maybe break to set first and one. It's a chances creation about be difficult. And say who na 10 be so creative be so sometimes it helps. Martin Odegaard, only your ideal number 10 you would want, but at least, me prefer or no ahead of Kai Havertz to be 10. But what because say young crazy say Odegaard you know so be a fit Odegaard ebo Bukayo Saka ebo the combination passes with Saka to find a number 9 no na efe change say ebia Kai ejina ho. And then possibly be mad we kick high. You see, Arsenal problems. Problems need be NS creation of chances, no. I know I am Arsenal problems you see. You see, Arsenal problem here. Chances creation. How do you fare against Manchester City? Because truth be told, Arsenal are not playing well. Manchester City are picking at the right time. The last 3 Manchester City games, however, was no Arsenal na, was Liverpool, was Chelsea, or say Arsenal 2-0, or say Liverpool 4-0, or say Chelsea 3-0, or what Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool 9-0.
Unconsidered
goal. And these 3 games here making.
Yes, it is scary. Because they say no, Arsenal fan crowd to your show.
Oh, of course.
Because Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, these are top teams.
9-0.
I said 9 goals on consider.
Good. Let me draw a pattern to you. Against Arsenal, City were okay in the first half. They were excellent in the second half. Against Liverpool, they were okay in the first half. They were very good in the second half. Against Chelsea, they were okay in the first half. They were excellent in the second half. Games we mean and then second half performance ticked.
Yes, Arsenal started game the year before. Good first half.
Good.
Yes, Arsenal started game the year.
Good.
Because Pego.
Yes, started season, you know. One of issues Pep Godwell and a headache was second half. Not do second half be a City team to collapse. Say Arsenal. Arsenal would have to manage the first half very well. Defend well. If you have chances, sir. And again, now who didn't come on, who can send be manage pa. Or say Arsenal for entry set pieces 1 year. Where me cast some chirokin. Donnarumma or Sunwa brutal. Now so goalkeeper Sunwa pa obobo fewe monya de pa Donnarumma. Near Manchester City ni. Donnarumma strength. A short stopping.
Yeah, obo short and what?
Obo short say on cheno. Oh yeah, dear.
Donnarumma, dear no. One say league na obo ne bi ni ho. Was started with Italy. Omonye Saudi ni bi ho. And was signed by France. Omonye bi ho. Or call national team. And the first time I experienced
Premiership
near permanent you know. Today be no complaining to referees.
With the yellow cards,
Complaints.
Yellow card. It's the problem.
It's so adapted.
Oh, okay. On the adaptation.
First time I will be no.
Oh, but Eche. Because Bobby or high claims today. Bobby or was defender edge. I emphasize attacker edge win him. I was so who react to ball open one. A foul, but Donnarumma easy ball score better no a punchy. Area balls on you.
Just as a target, no.
Exactly. City weakness. A ho.
Corner keys, no.
Set pieces, corner, crosses. Or be claim high baller or bread. Especially say, Eben a play munum and Savage in China. Apart from that, so cast a mobile long range in India and a style. I don't know. It's Arsenal needs to attack. Area because it's a City back four no, it is beginning to grow well. Magay Kuzan of partnership no, every single time confidence neighbor Kuzan of fast pace is ne which one because our pace Magay everyday game ni very well our experience and as I say City for no ama catch them Martins Nunez say onya any more koni bebre. Na onka omunti City for no normally some kuta baller a 3 at the back Martins Nunez na Ebeka Kuzanov any Magay ho then he open up Nico Rally and then Mudi won't come on Nico Rally on some saying player or form in terms of goals now saying Manchester City is that boy share my main cast me fancho the Nico Rally and then Mariska Eddie Kukurele ya no se goes baby no. What I say? A man for fans in Ankoma Pep. Cucurella, when he was scoring more goals under Maresca, it was the same rule. You move from the left back. Now I can't anyone back four. No, anyone front four. No, they be munchro. Why coaches do that? Most of the teams defense in 4. Inti some attack it. Now the attack is 4. And so can a hone be a up defenders no air 4. Me so the attack is 4 kwa. Na ayo 4 against 4. And say okay, 4 against 4 no. Mostly akwa quantitative. Mean chemubio. Quantitative is in terms of numbers, a 1-on-1. Coaches do not want that. 1-on-1 no. Your ability. No be say Manchester City Emma Saliba attacking Erling Haaland. Haaland the ability to beat Saliba na. Okay, so then why don't I take advantage of that? Okay, so instead of 4 against 4, no, I would rather do it 5 attackers against 4, which automatically will mean to say me what advantage. Quantitative ni bi no what I say. Inti no sadia obu obega so okay ni attackers no midfielders no ba konka attackers no ho. But now saying coaches no okay, we left back be a onim goal shadia. Then instead of making the left back invert as a defensive midfielder, I rather make the left back go up front no abeka front for na 5 Nico really advantage o one say osuwa into no nine no said anye gidi biasa into so osuwa dia okokan ni mo for no Manchester City have the aerial superiority.
So now you find so we can
O'Reilly
plus Semenyo head the ball bebre. But Semenyo height no so or height.
Also Boa City.
Also height. So you ever say some attacking I say cross or say bubble cinema. Really call Semenyo and Haaland. Jomo two are very good.
And the crosses are will be coming from Doku and Ryan Sheki.
Yes, Sheki. And Bernardo Silva so cross better so call.
Exactly. Into that is the whole idea. Into time will be Nico Rally free because Manchester City are attacking you with 5. You are defending with 4. And on the last time Nico Rally say no on himself Mikel Arteta ebe chase one extra attacker na odeba no. And ode Martin Zubimendi kotono. Nico Rally nenu mutomo say Pep Guardiola catch and say ono so Nico Rally wo so a change Zubimendi ntino omo de ba take advantage of it. So we are here to see how Mikel Arteta will approach that. Like an advantage way. Tell me 1 minute. The TNS say, Mudie Chelsea how say Liverpool are trying to move forward. Me sure say Chelsea how Liverpool is here. Weekend in Chelsea problem. Brentford, Everton, Brighton, Sunderland. Say Chelsea dropping pointer. When him says our teams we almost shall more beside Chelsea.
Brighton, Sunderland.
More share soro. Nyame aduma Brentford and Fulham nebo. I'm saying to cry this afternoon. Some ba na Brentford for sha was sign Chelsea who and Chelsea crab bobo. That's the situation.
Maybe Chelsea here do no.
Until me say the initial
Aston Villa so bit me akọ.
Say the NT I was say Chelsea pro so mum pay they need to win this game because Bobo Manchester United are without Harry Maguire, Lisandro Martinez, Matisse Delate. Nyamia Dumwa game way, they are going to play aid in heaven and it looks short 4 and 5. Now won't see me sha. Oh,
let the Euro soccer prayer.
Won't see me sha defense way. Let's send you over so ben also.
And no Chelsea and Manchester United. Biggie. So United sha ma qualify for Champions League. They are Canada games in Canada and I just say more kwano because here they are 5 never kono monya third mo be the 4th monya 4th and be the 5th.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. And that is the target for Manchester United. Manchester United is meeting Chelsea Bobo Kuna at the time. Chelsea is in their lowest of form. Where Chelsea matches our boy recently can. And Yaman Kuyim from Chelsea Bobo Kuna cry. When we are talking about teams or more problem defensively, a more problem. Our goalkeeping department, a more problem. Our team in the midfield, a more problem. Kakra in the attacking department. Obetimia Chelsea Bobokuno as one of those teams are. Almost every department of the Chelsea team there is a bit of a problem, and so on. Chelsea last 7 matches are in the English Premier League. Chelsea are winning just 1. And yet Chelsea are in and yet Chelsea are supporters in the person will be warm. We're losing Marco 4. This is not the Chelsea the supporters want to see. You are not for chain. The last 3 matches Chelsea has played in the English Premier League, Chelsea Bobo calling team winning bio. In those 3 matches, Chelsea Bobo Kunabo, which is their last 3 in the Premier League, Chelsea are conceding Marco 7 goals. From those 7 goals, Chelsea share a single goal. It's Chelsea conceding. Na attack and so nye. I will bet me ama Chelsea Bobo goals. Na kwako base defense ne conceding pa. Ebi attack ni be save day ne the amount there be. Chelsea lose 1-0 to Newcastle. Obe lose 3-0 to Everton. We lose 3-0 to Manchester City in the last 3 Premier League games. Chelsea are conceding 7 on share even a single goal. The last game Chelsea played against Manchester City. So what should Sabo na Chelsea boy na? Obetia see the entire Chelsea bobo no defensive problem. In their central defense, almost all the goals Chelsea conceded. Now your problem at defense and they want to match Chelsea conceded those goals. First goal at Manchester City share. Second goal at City share. Nina Chelsea Bobo defensive problem. How Nico O'Reilly head a ball to Chelsea net. Andre Santos couldn't defend. Mejitum so O'Reilly will height China or watching Santos okay. But the players' position in any awareness na a problem.
Arrangement no. No arrangement no kwana me hwebi. Me hwe Madrid na Bayern game no. Arrangement na abelowa ye. One of the worst time hu. Enti na Bayern bo free kick na so mbo corner kick. Chese
Alliance Arena.
Me say Jude wa, Militao wa, Rudiger wa. But first pull ho no obekọ na ayimu na jirigina ho. Brahim Diaz mo ne ayimu na jirigina first pull. It to be arrangement ye key.
Very important.
Why and mark why. It to be out to me hwa say play be on the height. E wo form party said the last time. O really ne ayidi
Andre Santos.
Zubimendi. How?
Okay.
As our top players. Ndede je Obama Zubimendi mum na handle.
Abra Saliba ni Gabriel Boho.
Yan for say Saliba and Gabriel some be Haaland ne those big players but still so you one player. Yeah, because they can rise a bit near
yes. When it was a clear testament of problems at Chelsea Bobo Koni facing. Let's not forget say again Chelsea be pay makeshift centre back pair. For Fana available. Maybe I said there are certain positions that you question and understanding near the ball. No matter the individual quality and brilliance. Se nipa mi no mo hunya mo honti asia muntimi mo manemfa. Into what is a supporters neka. Asemesi di oni asemesi boy ya na enye kura ye ta concede goals. Just because omon form the right partnership. Omon mi no betimi abama results aba. Eti for Fana trusted partner Chaloba onya available. They have to resort to Jordan Hato by force.
Chelsea team na nkasa almost center backs no. Two pair no pair me no. Only say na the best for the club.
The best for Chelsea this season I mean
on ayimodie.
That is the best pair I mean who.
But for Fana so nkofa kan won sema. So you mistakes be brave and mistakes.
There are times
early to amateur Chelsea concede lose games be brave.
There are times unya ne pepepe. But at least anytime be a Chalova ya available be ano. Who say omu mienu no. Omu ogidie wo omu humu.
So after Lavicol will call you now. One day Chelsea's best centre back.
Chelsea best they may Chaloba.
Chaloba.
Yes.
It's your fan say Lavicol will hire so ne Chaloba nebo.
Of course. So okay. You fit there. Because time only around no. Chaloba ne hold fort na. No bia ne Chaloba but who say Chaloba bopa. But ne partner na ne bre. For Fana buy no. And omo form that partnership between the two. And as you see, Chaloba also available.
But Chelsea's centre backs in terms of signings, because Obakai, it do be Chaloba, no more so peno. On free club on the menko, was one co. Bayern Nano pay, well, nya Bayern, Crystal Palace cross you won't co. Omofano Hoto Fufana, Omoto Badia Shell, Omoto centre backs no, Tosim Mugina. So Mugina, better chum.
Oh, he's better than them. And we'll prove it.
The same player now.
The same player now almost your home pen no.
Almost got to top players about. So better that.
Yes. See almost to omu dia ba ewe no. Ono na see almost e twa mani e kokoto na nim. So mra meboa. Into pride and the problem about you. But the biggest problem at Manchester United and so and say Michael Carrick make sure say on started Benjamin Sesko. Sesko is a good striker. In kaka or finding a rhythm or Manchester United bobo kodemo. But so why Manchester United anytime be assess go best start biano the intensity to start games for Manchester United or form
with Sesko.
Yes, or Manchester United pressing coordinated.
Examples here there. Matches me.
Examples. The last match Manchester United play a clear example against Leeds United. Mem fa yen ko achire bebre.
And they say
Sembo start here. Intensity. And the pressing game of Manchester United. You coordinated with anymore. Until before you bypass that. Obre. But Sesko start here. Manchester United bobo no problem. Until the mbomo mo ye no. They wear out your defenders. Omo defenders and bre. Omo running up and down. Chase you omo pitch and so on. In the second half, Sesko bebano. Now defenders now wear out a lot of tissues. It's almost as effective as there was in Komoya at the start of the game. So time no Sesko bemwa aya na boana than to be starting games the Manchester United. It is mbomo ye fit mbomo ye available ono na say started this particular game ɛde Manchester United boboko and yes sir yɛka Chelsea defensive problem ho asɛm I say United take advantage of no Manchester team take advantage because of play on the best starting game the last game at Chelsea boy another biggest problem I'm realizing for Chelsea was the performance of a brand friend Moses Caicedo. Ken, if you are playing a game against Manchester United with defensive midfield should be very effective. I am saying this because and playing the brave football the defensive midfield and I also stopping the number 10 and sana pressure it is a who face Bruno Fernandes. Now one as effective as or best who this season. Now performance they may say Manchester City there no. Obey off color because the game they played against Manchester City as a defensive midfielder for Chelsea. Caicedo who this season why consistent and again there wasn't even a single defensive action.
What drop here na Caicedo?
Mean the last game this one Caicedo was drop it. Just a twat.
But recent games also was drop it.
Kakra. But the last game I'm sharing there, not enya kura. But the Mijina no so the judge Caicedo amanya fair. So he has to bring his A game on board because you are going to meet the most creative midfielder in English Premier League anymore. Man for say, Yamfa best player of the EPL season in Famano Bruno Fernandes. Inte also do A game back on board. Now making sure to be putting the brakes on him. What forming partnership be between on Casemiro for Manchester United. Casemiro, one of the goal scoring seasons, I want to carry a money, Manchester United. Can watch 8 goals this season. 8 goals now watch no. Bruno Fernandes and Kwa system akuma 6. From the 8 goals at Casemiro actually. It's a moment partnership near very strong. But baby, I'm so the Manchester United ne say Casemiro is also trusted partner when it comes to the defensive duties as a double pivot. Kobe Menu. Se Kobe am pass late fitness tester. I will say we got a bebo or buy.
Kobe a travel on a team in a koi. To London CCNT.
Yes.
I'm going to continue so what can you do with me about?
Oh, pass late fitness testing in Bois. What is the guarantee so which me about best of football?
Ugate
the Nyakura who can. Ugarte was one of the reasons Inter Leeds United midfield Natanakamo it taking over the game against Manchester United. And yet Ugarte Debbie was starting Manchester United was problem. Anytime he starts for Manchester United, United actually one of them so bad. Chelsea also has to take advantage of. Say Manchester United, they say take advantage of the Chelsea centre backs. But then again, you ask yourself, say, João Pedro Neto Kopama the last 3 matches in the Premier League will be watch one goal.
Now Ed in heaven, Nilu Shaw 4 and 5 day. Say so much Michigo.
And not making. And so we take advantage of that because United actually one money. Just as Chelsea, Manchester also say forming a new partnership. But the Chelsea attack and so about Manchester United defense, and so you put us in the last 3 matches in the Premier League, and that is another problem for me. Michelle Nieman and Nam game no one said yes, game now draw. Yes, unless the unforeseen happens. Me who will be better than Yonko between Manchester United and Chelsea. Chelsea Lucia Mbuano. There's going to be huge pressure on Rosinia. And a Michael Carrick also Lucia. It is going to be like a chassis and Nanabia, the new manager bounce. But I'm saying the yet. So to avoid that talk, any pressure, and also not to make sure it's a game own Lucy. And I believe, sir, just as my instinct to catch him, I'm seeing a draw around the game. It be a goal scoring draw.
Okay.
1-1, 2-2 be. No more will be a corner baby. Ken, Manchester City game, the biggest problem for Manchester City has been Ellen talent in the last few matches of Mabo.
And you want a solution?
There be. Osha Manchester City, anytime they are winning the league or they are supposed to win the league, Haaland the numbers in your mind blowing. And how Haaland started season this season? No, BFU said this season there 36 goals now share in the first season of Premier League. And Shah Kwadani be breaking. So okay, you did sound common. It was because of how good was starting season. No? And anytime Manchester City is winning the Premier League, Haaland the available. On man numbers, who say yes, player we But this season, you shall say but you boko anymore and to your ball first 19 matches.
Changes nearby, Okay, try on this one.
Your ball first 19 matches. Premier League. Now Haaland, I say 17 goals.
The first 19.
Sorry, the first 18 matches in the Premier League. Now Haaland has 19 goals. Yes, the first 18 matches. No, has 19 goals in the Premier League. So see, I'm going to say the last 13. Was 3.
Semenyo signing no. We are striker. They are top winger. On also more direct. Or your winger on also goals.
Yeah.
O numbers and so be check.
Yeah.
Because you're fan first and now Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. These are players who past 6 scratches on Bishigo.
Sure.
But there's one player who betting them or a direct on also pay go be. Inte say Eben numbers in the swati. It is be a numbers in the swatia. We be to me I say Abia a Semenyo arrival no so account.
Semenyo arrival ne ka ho me no be adwen. Because Pep Guardiola na nkasa no enso so edi kan realize say Haaland form na form and it's affecting Manchester City. In the Kobase City bo games, na Haaland ntimi anhye goal a ye ni any other player no so fa ho tibi hye goal. Nti ma mempe winger or one numbers na memfa na mra. And the man ko fa Antoine Semenyo e de ba Manchester City bo ko ni mo. So even before the Manchester City team deciding to bring in a player on also one numbers or be complementing Haaland there no. Now the Haaland form a chance ya ko form dada. And they realized that because he started Premier League near the first 18 matches of the Premier League season. Now she 19 goals. Now the last 13 was just 3. A matter of concern. The kind of frequency out the starting season only goals are not ocean. So see what to cry. And a problem the Manchester City.
But big games in the Premier League, was Peludi. So the last I sent 3. And it's here Liverpool.
Yeah. But that was an FA Cup game.
But cup big games against the big teams.
Sure.
So about big games now, this boy and found one a self form drop you because the last 3 no sharing now cup game was against Liverpool.
Yeah. So in the Premier League, he has to convince me with that kind of performance. We shouldn't forget. Say, Baba Bishia, one of the
how
best.
long your players or convince you BBM in terms of the numbers against these big clubs?
If it is about the why come the derby. But talking about say Oshia big teams now or Mono, and I make us say also convincing me with Arsenal. Because the Liverpool game we are talking about is a cup game. So convince me with the Arsenal team no. I'm fighting for the Premier League. Now your Manchester City also target up so Jeffrey Arsenal. That is what you have to convince me with. Pep Guardiola at this time is meeting the Arsenal team at the right time. Arsenal Bobo Konoken, almost so last 5 matches or so, Arsenal has only won 1. And I draw 1 and I will lose 3. It's the Arsenal team yes, they are strong. Arsenal team now no ding, no credit. But the last 5 matches in all competitions, Arsenal are Champions League depend exceptional. Or share sports and 1-0. And on a sports and ball draw. We are only free more. Matches are above fee. Say your EFL Cup, say your FA Cup, say your league. Sami and Sano, Nina Arsenal and Lucy, England. But the Manchester City story is different. The City performance is different. Into a more back game with a lot of confidence and force. Arsenal will be on any basis so bit me stopping. No, I win game, no focus on Ryan Checky.
Check him on.
Yes. Only the creative hub for the Manchester City team. Against Chelsea. On the dismantle Chelsea plan nina. So Jibona. Not Chelsea player behind to stopping.
So Semenyo Calafiori.
Semenyo Calafiori. Battle very, very interesting part. Calafiori is one of those players. He's a very hard tackler. As an Italian defender. On Tremau, and Yadini BBB will be a game anymore. And trying Semenyo also wants to find spaces.
We work as a Semenyo passe the last test against Kukurea.
Yes, he
against
did.
Chelsea in one passe.
He played well.
He
did well. But Calafiori is also a different player. And this is here point now. Muhia win now. As a team Manchester City, was a mukona mugoko ye baby. So Semenyo be pass a test now. That is a big question for another day.
As a Ghanaian, and Sadio Bakwa we Ghanaian when he the last 5-6 years in here. And so that party na Kakra, but in terms of influence, player Abia ni team Boboa who say we be a go bit me aba. Was not Thomas Partey me for that. As a recent years, Semenyo.
Sure.
Or Bob big team.
Yeah.
Or can team not top players on.
Yeah.
in terms of game changes nti we semenyo dia oba be support City
Man City.
aye ba yentime nkɔhwɛ no because obi akɔ 22 years there semenyo so nje league da semenyo nje trophy da na no wakɔgye Carabao so nya Premier League ne kan wan ka the first season in Kenya agro
Premier League de modu na so obenya ne asem no
so timi win Premier League in the first season you bet me ka say eyo no any my gay signings no and after two signing energy league no
kin and necessary season no
omo my City team no
and obi obeka sabia no nya far from right season no
omo timi ko Arsenal no omo to aso ko league na obi e bet me ka say semenyo any my gay energy league no
it's a City season no that signing because City they had a very big problem with almost central defense Maggie buy you know so our problem near solved na kwekuka what the City recent matches are it looks like the partnership between Oni Kuzanov and solid
that boy Kuzanov
and I thought our City supporters no omani J so Ruben Dias a pra because some feel so a Pep Guardiola doba or you fit in Kwandi Obebo but in the prayer no abaya blessing the Manchester City and no na match in Kuzanov able game no
Sadia na been a first na Chelsea for the delapse Omodi Nicola Jackson nanse mete so so mafe no wonte so mafe Jackson anya hwe ne kan mu ho no obema kwa yu hu
me dada sabe wa
but say chances no krebi nya den
e babura
omuntima oboma ba say once so mafe Jackson abeka krom ka so mafe delap na delap dem nya so say okay sanity
it those two signings they can as a City season no
okay
but Mikel Arteta even getting to the Champions League semi-final as we speak me feel said the most important game of the season and the biggest game of the season so far Arsenal City game no because and the defining moment of the Arsenal season no so Arsenal and me and the Champions League now any news but if they miss out again on this Premier League trophy I'm from Mikel Arteta one channel
is your ever coin
instinctively on paper they are Manchester City but instinctively me feel say Arsenal ain't losing game no
it's a when you instinct in so
me instinct is on time feeling
who's that
aye
big instinct in failing
and time feeling
and is your member the coach never Bremon Sisia but mame we shall cry birthday na me di won komo kakra mame ne enkomo kakra bi na member Sisia na yento aso mfamfro Killian aye ageni important and aye akra ne birthday wodi 5 years and ne papa ye adwuma e wo Guinness aye Richard Boateng Emma Renfi say Ricky Boachi Yadom Guinness Depot I want Richard Boateng Richie Ejuma the ba Killian Ajinim aye Boateng meaning say Killian say Mbappe di no okay happy birthday bro Akrano just 5 years I feel I wait you 5 years into the papa wishing a happy birthday into Killian Ajinim Boateng happy birthday mamenji booking course no na mentor some friend free na amufanya transfer the stories and answer ba Lawson
okay booking course ni BW4 EF2 558E BW4 EF2 558E code number 2 BW4 EF2 CF25 BW4 EF2 CF25 code number 3 BW4 EF3 B2EC BW4 EF3 B2EC code number 4 BW4 EF4 2E17 BW4 EF4 2E17 code number 5 BW4 EF4 F133 BW4 EF4 F133 last code for the day BW4 EF5 2E98 BW4 EF5 2E98 ene course no
ene booking course no ena yede amamo no bigi no bi bisa se me wo se ore ko say o Facebook no ka say Halan tam passe ma Semenyon tam passe ma Halan eno kre one who be say Semenyon tam passe there's so crossokrana wa body tum no one who be say
last match I sit in the Chelsea boy in there 100% true
one pass no
at the point na Haaland are frustrated
na ne bofu
otimi find a good space na Semenyo abobo na say no
wanye vini de ne bi
the Chelsea ball no they can they are 100% meaning they are doing
se na Semenyo passe Haaland
and they no cre
oje ball no passe man
there be no passe man
sebe ma unu atap ball na tum no onye
and there no passe man
okay na just say tapping kwa ono so nyine no ho nhye bi na oja bi anta bu okay
o you me man o
you fancy o me man you fancy yeah so omoje trophy na say Haaland be ginitin trophy ni o wonje yemfa eno ensio but subject Mr. Je justice na so o na Dortmund ya na kura me ede one Dortmund for this way we are finished about we latest ni bi ni Dortmund just we nyasem kitwa kra we nyina obenya bi oh we kama say Ghana just nyina obenya bi ato Dortmund just we fa Dortmund ye omo just si so ba ni ayesa aso na just no fa pa e ma so omo chance na just ya fa pa fatom pa
Iwadama we say baby Ghana for bia na o support ba weekend metie o kasa mu pa asenya me de kra say wa kan wasa mafi
ka baby Ghana ni bia obi anka me wo hode
enye wa na wo kan asem na fi asa wo ya asesa wa
me obi asa obi an 22 years in fin age ebi mu dia ka 0 ebi mu dia ka 3 ebi mu dia ka 4 just asna bre o ma bre papa
nsi wasesa wa
eno na ha me kakra big is out free me beka kakra bi ma support Ghana but Semenyo so J Premier League anka me pe
nti kwana sai
so Semenyo J Premier League say Ghana ni when was the last time Ghanaian J Premier League Asian
Ghanaian
Michael Asian anya no
yeah
anya no and when was the last time a top 5 European
amate betwe mu
Amate Leicester
exactly
Leicester City Leicester City bana Amate ana no bench bebre enti Ghanaians in Tangi League or top 5 European leagues in Wadrema Swana top 5 European leagues in Italy, Germany, France, England, Spain. So bones a Ghanaian Agi League. ACM by bia. We say ACM and then consistent. Suli Sunyinya bi Italy. And Apiaji League there. There be Italy say do we time Agi League. And I'm heard your moment. And oh yes sama adwen I said this come Semenyo this is Semenyo you know the confidence in the back Ebobo World Cup no man but subject in some na American Mr. Ayadia jerseys na wo pay sneakers na wo pay shoes na wo pay sports wears na the OPBA no eno the subject Mr. Corner also Toby you come as a South Central so yene Transcare Hospital no dey nim share woni send ye delivery enti free 0248890104 0248890104 fela ni sisi ana mpem for ne nkomo now so Jesus ne be abofa na won to say ye ni nkomo week games iba so say the same media ma say the media ma dey say the media ma dey
okay
dear my dear which me show before the say ba ya ba better actually for na the ba
league there pick up
oh understand
the for anything na owo me dear man
I say so be show before the for the na say oni bobo pa o
currently there we show before the
for the
by twam we show before the that time na say so na va ko anymore
okay
na there which means a va ho nto wa sha
has share kotoko na vani ho nti sa mo njentuma na
da bi o kan o ya na obi atare tra
eno so waka sebo na vani ho to goals ni bi na enye goals papa
na goals ni there this year without contrast ni the va to ho sani aje for na to
system va ni kruma
Oh, and still now say,
Media ma go see am fa ba na hwe.
Oh.
Still Ghana had your ba ni.
But still now your VAR era. In the era where you to say, you do say,
but maybe you need VAR, but
boss
o
man in kana say say mo Champions League 2 na mo jini na ne kra de twem
and the crowd say
na nya kra
say VAR on the coach me mo so kwa
nti ene say na wo keka do ahwe ne wo benya asam o
Santa man e to so kwan no so ntimi kan wase
yeah, to so kwen.
sa 70 say na yedimi yesa
Omuni kan get no. Okay.
and he has 4 no unjintum kona van ho
Media me jintum dia.
na van but media ma 4 no dia e janu 4 clear 4 and the oyo ho hwea oyo ho hwea nyi okay yati
Enra Aduana FC but yina nim say Aduana this season on target partner was FA Cup but boss ankoye Nations ese omo ka ba ko omo ntimi ante Emmanuel ano ni nya goal no Edema Nations FC boboko no enti nyame ya adoma ene nom yensa Dreams FC enti goal no ena wo hwe no we screen so ba bia pass ni si call in fact na pass na fe na anonso kwa ofa so finish here na ese Nations fact omo wura mu ka ba ko na 70 minutes na eno mu kokuru
me won sana kwa make a composer about a year Chelsea players no who do boss anymore no all you foreigner you know
okay yeah okay
who baby or two goalkeeper no to try
ai nya wo trepa
some me hwe go na o share no e wom say e 1v1 there so share but o hwe baby a odi keeper no to ya wo dey o ye so obako na keeper nim so dey call
the corner right on keeper on right on
but mame blame atapokumo for Adriana Tiffy Adriana free away free no I think say unim say atamone Adriana yemfa Adriana and it is an answer attack ba or become once more unim so mu yom concentration no every league so eje on bibi bia kusi FA Cup no so
no great
I think say obo season na uma woni kohwe because me hu ne say Adriana time na omo e decided say omo concentrate on FA Cup no so no at that time na Gold Stars na lead afi Gold Star drop e da bi na media ma and e ba Gold Stars enti afi de no omo drop points bebre at that time na senka Adriana e fighted den dia e bia kan nkomo ka top 3 no and so one komo compete
omo surprise omo fee ba
enti because of so omo take decision say yenhwe FA Cup no now omo free FA Cup no ama season omo ko trophies
yes maybe aduni there
because hwenche so metima je league no
maybe aduni dey say media man here na
nti I think so omo besua bibia free this season mo because untimi concentrate you able 2 trophies 2 tournaments per hour
yeah because Nations say no target wasn't like a FA Cup
no but we are between Nations and Adriana na Adriana concept omo bibia ye FA Cup kwa chain Nations but Nations akoyom
Ken me dey I think say it makes sense Ken Adriana nim say call Confederations Cup and one na one dey beat me
but say over Champions League you free
they be say omunya exactly
just say straight
into me exactly into a Confederations Cup and na me ma ho dey beat me and na me hwe FA Cup no a me could have chances bebree chank say make me agi premiership
but risky risk
football it's all about risk they took a risk and a amfa because truth be told so kwa Champions League now bebo one game upe fa so be na also and what target FA Cup fa na amfa
but me hwe team na e kro mo na uhun say omo concentrate kakra wo league ni ma nka ba na me sure say leaders in the lead omo kran ke be bia be 4 and 5
that is the reality sometimes your own say who drew cup games bi wa yemienu wa wo hwe a just how that one dey no ko baby faako what else whoever thought to say BBN Gold Stars were going to drop the point they dropped
yeah at that time we say ataba ha no once I say omuni say league na over.
Because we all thought
No more say over. Actually, are you for drop points? No more drop points. No more drop points. But I had dream because omo good team. Omo trophies no.
I had about omo and na next season.
Next season no more.
Because omo here 1 or 2 again the coach and so bet na so looks like he will leave.
That's a family issues be any no.
But a very good coach.
Issues kakra.
Or a very good coach.
I would say family issues.
But issues.
Also omo pese obeto so even attack and after the game.
Ono ankasa opegana pa o. Akwa ba.
But oba na.
Time your baby bia oyade. Oh yeah, that's compared to those people about very good coach.
Once oba ya straight no was say adwuma no. Ono here adaptation.
There we be say the onim system no. Exactly.
Okatwi.
It's good. She say omo mienu na nations omo awonde ometimi abo Africa. And the Diana so awonde ometimi abo Africa. It's na even game. She say me say nations metimi and I say but time na go ni buy any day. Na ususu senke Diana betimi atika. But for go ni bantempa o. I'm say 8 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes na go ni buy. No fu say be Diana stars betimi atika but I mean, it is what it is.
But that's say, yefa and also na on twaso mama na yefa be brim. But tell so, on my corrections kakra dia my. Amate no nketim no. Let's set him. And Kodwa Samoa dia no okay. Kodwa Samoa win the league the man.
Apia so cry win.
Kodwa Samoa win the league in
2005.
Apia win the league. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Twaso mama.
Okay. Nti ene Dreams FC ne Mediama 3 p.m. Swedro Stadium hona ana dwumadi na betimi
Nti Mediama eje double.
Mediama eje double.
Nti Mediama between FA Cup and the league and the na easy.
I think on betimi agini mi ni nyina.
Na ma take out. About January.
Exactly.
Okay, nti bia mfa no say now on starting team o kasa na say okay. But no catch him. Or part of the team or Premier League or Premier League champion. Okay.
Maybe I'll 5 matches there.
Okay. Premiership no one more number of games bia.
Your mom.
But need the book mudi oka ho.
Our most games no.
But need the na book mudi oka ho.
Your number be one more.
Eh no need the so. Book mudi. No, you are part of the team. Say you have to play 8 games.
But Premier League didn't recognize it.
But oka Premier or waje.
But Jamie Bisano say Premier League na
wa left trophy no ekuta no wa left trophy no what you say but sad no crown I think the premiership no move
yes omo frame no mo say bia so bad
ball okay wa kick ball premiership
about 5 matches qualify say 4 say 3 okay
watching the league
nti amate
Premier you say your main guys ne dey aka kakra bi o aka ku omo bog gidi pa we Europe no pa no MCC semenyo because Kudus West Tottenham ye hu de go sisi nti bia semenyo and na bia inaki so Ghana for krankai ne kra so Ghana ni so ono ni din ni we chire but just like you mentioned attackers from number 8 kwa akopem number 9 one day your lucky place
well
sure
okay
boss Enra a minute of silence and so mpanyufo the support Dominic Frimpong onya be ko na busuan for ntia no na we no screen so no
Dominic
do baby na invite omo read tribute Enra na it was so nice nti no no ye nations and so any aduana ni nyina ye de omo ye de enso de ma Dominic Frimpong and na ohwe na we television so no na nya asem kecha gra enua in fact aduana after say lose ne by na players no omora huye papa Kent warama na players no in fact we bench wa na dia na hye mo na akọ mo because na mo fi say na kene kan o target nyina
omo je omo drink hodo na normally won say yin footballers na wo kroma no kra no sabi o etoro bi omo psyche so kra na ya de fofo because omo nyina hu say ye target ni a na me na ombobo na pressure bomb so be bring team more without so bit menya freed or person ye the person we no as on person be mistakes because when me say club no nyina say the person ye ni so what you say nti o de no your target I think say players no so no so cycle mo mpanyimfo no ye mo ayi no so mo adwen ko players ne so
Sure.
because him say omo se afidie FA Cup no de ye ntimi anje a supporters bam supporters ni shiawa afidie FA Cup no ye kwa Africa baby te say doma the chances say we player da bia obehia nipa ba ko nipa mienu every day obehu san krofo na omo cancer ba ko kire no because community no omo ni omo ana yeden omo ni omo ana wo ho enche no game no wo se na aduana ball pa yes omo bo no omo am anche nations
baby amene can ya adwen 100% yes say me feel say the focus and everything on the MTN FA Cup said they now can emo lose attention with league in so because at the point in Aduana stars will league in pass or mutimijio it do time be Aduana lose able league match no lose cry as a players and then you're worried
e wo fie kura dem fa
na and show na how mo because you target in the FA Cup ne dey boy e kwayenim nti e affect players and mentally psychologically in your effect to players and so seriously speaking and once omugusu of football no be one or two mistakes
but it's omo can intend do I say omo ma na ye ntem as omo lusu league ne ntem fa say league ne dey emfa
and concentrate to baby on benya fit ni pa on be share kotoko no
I say omo kotoko film
we go film there
confidence in
buy say oh for now
they run naka nations dreams
ne media man
and of course omo na strong but media ma form kure no the possibilities of even omo do final crowd betimi show mo so asem fufro
oh on final day the boss say final game you have finals bia
say me ba so omo ko final na pressure ma media ma force chain aduana de whatever na pressure be ba place so because you need league no biem your target ni media ma betima je league no betima je FA Cup nti ko FA Cup final akra na olusu a still order so league so just say next season atamo be hwe na omo plan ye I think say omo plan ne de omo ye nyina ye but omo decision say we na ye pese ye no I think say now a backfire na a bad decision
be clear say we ni GB da we ni pese ye gi okay no na course no na Dr. Kwame Chei fatanra na ye ni je de manopa
wabre me ka se wabre enye bre se waso bibi
football no
sika utimi yi na wabre na se kakra mu yi ni fie wo se kakra yi ni fie keto ya wo de man nkura tre ne
chamando na ebuado
chamando wo to chamando 1 chaman nkura 3 wo chaman nkura 3 1 chamando ebi 80 series kura 100 series so kura 3 nti obi 30 so na papa ya ujina we use KB free baby anyere Emma Dr. Kwame Chei na ese da nije ese team no oko Africa na one day se bia onkati oni team no anase team no kra wajai kra odim ka se emre bi kra no meti team e de ko Africa one team o Ghana se ni team no na Ghana nko a o de ko ball Africa and the nations almost park way calf be inspector omo ye adwuma kakra bi wa ibe mo mabo ya mo boss a omunya Burkina Faso ne ayifo bi a ometima hye go ometima win game wa just a way ni na bi e be yeden e be yayi eti wa ya de hia so obetima win final no na wakwa Africa wa bre
and the last time the team to ko Africa ko group stage yo
ene kotoko ene kotoko ende ode kotoko team kesi no dem ko won ni team de team ketwa or the team kesi no ko
unse na we come about sika or the ashim the financial injection any players of fire coach of fire any ade no e boy so definitely or the be wura mu
unso ska yie
na ya hope say nema
because few na buy a league no ma ye business people obi oba aso yi ba komienu na sa na bambu ayde but just man abamu moda even ene omo de kotoko ma no be oba be gie to America ba se ababe nti ayade na ni ayede na nije bon wayade
ko final
Dr. Kwame Chei wayade
obetwen
wenye wayade because iska bebre sai so nya ohu bibi kakra hwese osis
onani age was na MTN big final
nto ye player we oyi bibi ama wa wo sa time we na wo yi kakra bi ofia wo yi kakra bi ofia utimi fa ro ga say yo ayo bi efie what just here what be ma osisi ya abufo ba dia wo mfi kura so why dear oh my dear nations Dr. Kwame but
Sure.
final no ho e ma no nkoye aduana de ni bi so ya je awie eni se we na ebeje eno so di mu agra surprise beba
on say MTN Vega finals no they do even division 1 ni premier kure more din the finals ni there omo amunim say baby omo do no
so mo ya kakra
And from poor man so I had there pa.
Yeah, from Palmas.
Because the beginning was very difficult.
yeah
But at least what try maintaining a stance will lead.
Frimpong is a very good coach oh
That's what Koboy.
baby awa kokokoko even Tanobo for akwakra na yitima na fe no maba promotion or start who say we start ko Gold Stars baby awa ko bia is one coach
relegation na omu frame no ni idea because
since omutimi free relegation yemfa na say watimi akwaje FA Cup na wa free
no
relegation
escape relegation
a good one one of the best seasons
a good one
no when you good season last season and Nesenka and last season and the last two and Nesenka Komoji League
the issues go see last season
Last season, the last two,
Ningina Nesenka Komoji League and a normal battle for relegation and normal call FA Cup final na say no 3 seasons awa Ghana league no now always omo ye bibi aye nations nti Dr. Kwame why there na nie den sika yie dia won se me ka kire mo se sika yie asem no
ball ni dia no kure
ken en se uyi sika ofia onim se ode bu afie na mom football musika no ken
kwa ma
wo I to say
na player ni bi o kra obetima abo na ba se ja ball na wa ja ball no
na mega se football sika na I to say ode kototo anuane ade kwa ma
and kra de se wende obese akotenam
but football
but when the chances of betenam kra no e so yasem because player na do ba bi kwa no nya brocho ba akotena wo mo no kwa no wa ja ball no
so you say was spending sika sa na wonya hwe free mu I think say Razak na omo pese so mo ni menimu yo mutwa no munya
Razak de so mo ton no man ko
World Cup na idea ni san kebi ankoko World Cup no anka be man mu adu ba de keka ko idea
World Cup de
looks like it's coming to very very difficult but so mo ton akakra beba e bi obetimi nya be 200,000 minimum be 200,000
na de akobo be 2 away games
what 200,000 we you
dollars
ntino ayeska kese
Away games maybe or Africa.
Africa
okay
oh you kroma away game
akabe
away game class one day me meeting the omako what's it
ebi omo
what's it
come away games ebi omo
and I make say it depend hotel am me book
okay
ti come ko book there
okay guys say Chelsea so moka mo Chelsea
say baby omo so dani
I'm the relegation 16th
baby omo dani je baby omo so dani je kra
Jana kwa
16th hey
ke wada mo keka mu hu
Arabi de be yiro
mo keka mu
o Chelsea say yakofa we no ho there no
3 points
so no become as under 3 goals kura count
and e don boko 38 ba wa ko 38 no so kura onko baby
anyway ba jaja kan any ne
okay
na bin say ho economy akọ na nye Chelsea hia ya na
oh say
no dey party na omu ma dey na Chelsea be kwa kwasho
okay baby say na baby enti Maminations FC but omu wie na dressing room ho ani je nko a ha wo so celebrity jumedi na nya asem keto akra the Nations FC but na ani je nko a say obenya no na mamia yes nti dressing room ho no